Okay. There we go. I'm pretty sure YouTube actually starts a second before it actually says it starts, because... Anyway. Hello everybody, welcome to Main Chat Nerd Night. Just a really quick recap, because this is the second time these guys have decided to start the session on combat. The group has been seeking out an artificer by the name of Qualish, who more or less is expected to know how to handle a suspected weapon that the group found plans to. They brought them along with them during their escape from a prison to one of what they expected to be a safe haven that they found an unexpected ally within. She directed them toward this Qualish. They've been looking for him for quite some time. They traveled halfway across the world to find this guy, and now they've made their way into the fabled city of Downwind Gloin. After exploring a little bit and meeting a Kenku in a rather unfortunate circumstance, they started making their way into this central structure. After poking around a bit, Enten discovered a device from his home plane, in pieces but still identifiable, on a table. As Dásos began to creep ahead, she looked down a hole in the floor, and the hole looked back. And that was where we ended the last session. So, this is far too charming music for what needs to happen.
Yeah, this is happy town music.
So to start
Yes,
so to start this session, I would like everyone to roll initiative, please.
Oh boy. Show me high number.
Oh, I need to. Well, first I need to get Kledash's stat block, but.
When are we leveling up?
Soon, TM.
Yeah, someday.
Eventually.
I get cool stuff at level 9.
Sometime
I want
between
to
now
get-
and the future.
Which is to say, I get a taunt.
Oh,
Um,
that's perfect.
16.
Wait, do I have inspiration? I don't
Hang
have
on.
inspiration.
Dásos?
Oh, sorry, I actually
I'm
haven't rolled yet.
gonna go down the list.
Gameplay, question mark, D20 plus 7.
You have a
27! I'm cheating! Look at that!
Oh my god.
Okay, crit.
27.
Uh,
Efferil?
4.
4. Alright.
24.
Enten? 24?
Mhm.
Kledash. Hang on, I need to get his character sheet up.
God,
While
could
I'm
you add a
waiting for
sheet?
that, Tyorrgeth?
14.
14.
Lots of 4s.
Alright, Kledash.
Now you just
That's
need
the number of death.
Dash roll
in
40.
Kledash has a 18. Not bad. Alright. So, starting off the top of the initiative round, at this point, none of you see anything. All that's happened right now is Dásos looked down a hole and had to make a Constitution saving throw. Which she succeeded
Wait,
on,
Oh, I did? Okay. I actually forgot.
Yeah.
No,
I was
no,
like,
you
shit,
did
I'm about to
succeed.
turn to glass.
fortunately. You succeeded, but you looking down... actually, no, I lied. Enten is the first to go this round, which...
Didn't somebody
what?
crit over me?
Yeah, wait, how am I not...
Dasos
Oh, no,
27.
sorry, 27. For some reason, I wrote... I do that thing with 7s where I put a line, and my pen, like, did that stupid
You
thing
read
where
it
runs
as
out
a
of ink,
1.
and it looked like a 22. Anyway.
Oh,
so-
that's...
Dásos, looking down into the space, looking upward towards you, you see this skeletal, gaunt face, two eyes, two like glowing orbs, blue in the sockets, and a mess of what look to be spines almost. You recognize that the tips of each of these sort of protrusions out the top of its skull are small heads, small snake heads, and
Woof.
down in the darkness, there isn't much more that you can see beyond that with what little light is coming in.
Okay. My turn?
It is your
Yes.
turn, yes. I was just...
Monster! It's a monster!
Monster?
Monster in the pit! There's a monster in the pit!
Monster in the pit.
Monster in the pit.
Then.
Let's open up the pit.
Wait, so how far down is it?
It's not very far, maybe 10 feet. It itself is about 5 feet from you. This thing is, Can
I swing at it without getting in the pit?
So from here from where you are to the floor of the next level, it's a little bit in shadow, but it's about 15-ish feet. The creature is about 5 feet from the hole. So this thing is tall. No, you can't swing at. So it's like, let me get a token out to show you. Horizontally, if this thing were horizontal from you, it would be that far away from you.
Ah.
But that's what I mean by 5 feet away. It's not in the next 5 foot space. It's 5 feet away.
Okay. So I'd have to jump down to. Do I mean, just a quick look around. Do I see any If I want to hit this thing, do I have to get in there? Do I see any other? Like a ladder or anything? With
what you've seen of this room so far, you don't notice any specific ways. You do know there's a sort of spiral staircase over here, and I know it's weird with the camera angle now, but the spiral staircase over here, it does seem to only go up though. It doesn't seem to go down.
Okay. I'm gonna get in there. So I'm not seeing any way that I could get out if I jump down.
Not from, taking a really quick glance around, no. If you want to look in more detail, you can use your action to look around, but just a quick glance, no, nothing.
I'm not gonna take my action to look around. That's stupid. All right, I'm going in. I hop down.
Okay. So you jump into the hole, revealing this space. Your dark vision extends out for 60 feet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see all the way out to the back there, which is almost out of range for the camera, but you can see it. You see, right here, as you leap down, you land right here in a puddle of something, God knows what. There isn't enough light to make out color. Standing next to you is standing is a bit of a stretch, is a massive, what appears to be a humanoid torso, a long, elongated snake-like body coming out where its hips should be. But it's skeletal. There's no flesh on it whatsoever. No viscera, no tendons, nothing. It's just skeleton. And as it comes down, the thing turns to you, and you see all of its all the little snakes that are sort of twisting around its head turn to face your direction.
Okay. I'm gonna slam it.
Okay, so you go ahead and make an attack on it.
D20 plus 7. 10.
10. As you go to take a swipe at it, one of the sections just curls out of the way.
Okay. Then I'm gonna take. So what do I see in that? Like the.
Oh, so let me describe the rest of the space. Here, it's what appears to be a bookshelf or a shelf of some kind housing a bunch of small objects. This is what looks to be a desk, and on the wall here, you can see 3. What would be windows? They look like sort of distinct panels made of some sort of clear material, but on them you can see imagery. There's a very faint bit of light coming out from the panels themselves, illuminating a space right around this desk here, and at a quick glance, that's about what you see. On the opposite side, you see these what appear to be cages. There's chairs, and there's like what appear to be like a chair, but in sections. If a chair had been disassembled and then put back together with pieces connecting each of the individual sections. And in each room, there's a small table, like a side table, and the ground all around them in the cages are stained a dark shade. You don't see color with dark vision, so.
Okay, and it's like dark down here, like
there is no light down here except what comes from above. So okay. in this space, right about to here, has dim light coming from above, which for you with your dark vision is bright light. and then everything else is total darkness, which without your dark vision you wouldn't be able to see.
Okay. All right. It's dark down here in this monster, and I'm gonna take 10 feet away from it, just towards the opposite wall.
Okay. You go 5, 10.
Bruce, I may have zoned out for that bit.
Then I'm done.
Okay, that's your turn.
Or did you see that there was a monster?
Enten.
I'm going to move up to the...
Monster! And then she leaps down.
Dásos, you idiot! I'm gonna run up to the tile 2 squares from the right of the pit, just under the weird thing.
So, 5, 10,
5.
15, 20? There?
Yeah. Can I point a firebolt at the monster?
Yes. It has to have cover from your angle, but yes.
Okay, so it will have half cover.
If you take a step closer, it won't.
That would be 25 feet of movement, correct?
Correct.
That means I can't get back, so I am choosing to not.
Okay.
Show
With
me
half
firebolt.
cover.
20.
20. Let me double check.
Half
Half cover
AC
is plus 3?
plus. It's 3 or 2.
I think it's plus 3, but I'll have to double check.
Here, let me go pull it up.
Because it does matter.
It does matter. Cover half. Plus
It's
2
plus
AC and Dex.
Okay. So you barely, but you hit. With your
alright.
Go ahead and roll for
13
damage.
points of fire damage.
13 points of fire damage. Okay.
And I will take
Lot
a
of
step
damage.
back.
Okay. You take one step back. Cool. So your turn?
That is my turn.
Okay. Kledash, I had to double check to make sure he wasn't here again, because I keep doing that. I keep forgetting.
You will hear him come in with the ding noise.
That's turned off on this because I'm streaming.
You know.
Ding is bad for streaming. Noise
So,
bad.
what is he going
Yeah,
to do?
especially when you're looking at later.
He. Oh, okay. So first, he's going to. Does he have the thing here? Where is it? Oh yeah. So he's gonna pull out his short bow? Question mark? No, he's gonna pull out the Eridine's Fury and run over to the hole. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Get an angle on it and fire down into the hole. Seeing this thing, he's gonna fire down into the hole. Probably not. 11? No. 11 doesn't hit. The arrow passes actually through the thing's body. He goes, crap! Dásos, stop being an idiot! And grants you inspiration.
How he inspires you.
Yes. I don't know how many he has. Yeah, I don't know how many he has left, but I know he has at least one. So.
2 seems like a safe assumption.
Okay. And he is also going to take a step back, and that's going to be his turn. It is now the creature's turn. So the creature will... Oh, that's right. I have to... Well, first, the creature will use its Petrifying Gaze ability. No, it won't, because I misread what Petrifying Gaze is. Anyway, that will start during the next round.
Oh no.
It is going to make a weapon attack with one of its claws against you, Dásos. So it'll move 5 feet and make a weapon attack against you with one of its claws. With a 21 to hit.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
And you take 4 points of piercing damage, and 4 plus. So you take 7 points of piercing damage, and 3 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
Alright. And with its other claw, it will come around and strike you again for 24. So you take terrible roll. 4 points of slashing damage and 1 point of necrotic damage.
Okay. That one I'm going to use my evasion. I forget which one it is that reduces it by half, but
uncanny dodge.
okay. Yep.
And it will use its third attack, where it's one of the snakes on its head will actually lash out toward you, independently of the rest of the body. Yeah, probably not. 17?
Nope. It does.
Oh, it does. Okay,
16.
I should actually probably look up and see what your AC
16,
is, because
yeah.
it's on the screen.
Oh, you're 15? You're 16? Nice.
It's 16. Yeah, I don't know why it says 15 there.
Huh.
Oh, you know what? It's because I got new armor.
That's
at one
right.
point.
I haven't updated that for the new armor yet.
Yeah.
So you take 5 points of piercing damage, plus 4, 5.
I like the way that none of us have like any decent armor. Like we've got 16 at max.
2.
I have a
God,
large
I rolled
health pool.
3
That's my
ones
armor.
on that. 3,
Same.
9. You take 14 points of poison damage.
Oh. I forget, does 5th edition have a poisoned status effect?
It does, but this attack does not grant it. Or does not confer it, I should say. So you don't have to worry about that one.
Not with that attitude.
That's...
That
my own
is going to be
sentence
the end of
being
its
used
turn.
against me.
That's going to be the end of its turn. Tyorrgeth.
Yep. It's time for me to do. Alright. So I guess I'll go with the rest of the group to... Well, I have to go melee something. So, time to walk towards where people... Time to jump in a pit.
Okay. 5, 10, 15. Because of the angle now, you do still have a good shot, but one... Just for everybody's awareness, this now no longer can see it.
So it is.
Go 15.
So I have a good angle to stab.
No, you can't reach it. I
Damn
guess. Well, if you activate the force pike, its 10-foot reach will be enough to hit it.
Activate.
Okay, so you activate your force pike. Let me get the D10 for that. Okay.
Alright, and then I'll stab. Actually, first, wait, was that a bonus action, or is activating that free?
Activation is a bonus action.
Alright, can't rage. I'll stab.
Okay, you go ahead and take a regular stab. Regular stab.
Okay, plus strength and proficiency.
Usually.
26, does it hit?
26 hits, yes. Go ahead and roll damage.
Alright, and that is D8?
D10,
Let me double
I
check
think, when
on
you're... I think it's D10 when you're, when it's active, isn't it?
Okay,
Let me see.
Yeah.
Yeah, damage increases to 1d10. And it gains
okay,
on each
1d10.
property. So d10 plus strength.
12.
Okay, so it takes 12 points of force damage. Very nice.
And I swing again.
And you hit it again. Hit it with your stick.
That's a nat 20.
Very nice. Critical hit.
Ooh, crit.
Which
Okay.
I believe doubles the number on the dice.
Correct. So either you can roll, well, so choose before you roll. You can either roll and double the number, or you can roll 2 dice. Just choose.
Yes.
one.
I'll roll and double the number.
Okay.
I've never heard of double the output, only double the input.
That is a...
Is it Xanathar's Tasha's house rule?
It's a variant based in 3.5 rules. It's not in it's a house rule.
But I got a 23.
Okay, so you rolled a 10 plus your strength. Is your strength plus 3? I thought it was more than that, but
No, strength
9.
It's I got an 8 times 2, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
wait, how do you get plus 7 to that?
Oh
Plus
wait,
4
no.
from
Oh yeah,
strength, plus 3
proficiency
from
isn't added.
proficiency.
No, you don't add your proficiency
Proficiency
bonus
is
to
added.
that.
Okay. Okay, that's where I was going wrong.
I was just thinking about how that math worked out.
Yeah, well then 20.
20? Okay. Alright. So you deal a hefty 20 points of force damage to this thing.
That's still good numbers.
Okay. Is that going to be your turn?
Yeah.
You still have 20... What's your speed right now? It's 30 still?
My
Or is it
speed is 30.
30? You still have 15 more feet of movement, so you can jump down the hole if you want.
No, I'm gonna stay up the hole since it.
Okay.
Just because.
Alright,
I
so
don't
you're
know.
staying where you are. Efferil.
Yeah.
Sorry, not Efferil. Yes, Efferil. Yes, Efferil.
It is me. I hope so.
Yes.
I read numbers good.
Can I move up to the hole and have a look around? See what's down there? 'Cause we
Sure.
don't know,
5, 10,
I think I know what we're fighting, but that's not been confirmed.
25,
So
30, I'm trying to think. 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15.
So I can't get to the
25,
hole.
30. You can't get
Not without
quite to
pressuring.
it. You can get to
You can
here or
get
you can get to
close.
here. One of those two places.
okay. Well, I will then spend an action to dash, and then I'll spend a bonus action to cast Fallen Soul down the hole.
Okay. Dash there. Fallen Soul. You summon.
We decided it was a bonus.
Yeah, because the spell's bullshit if it's not. It's a waste of spell slots if it's not. All right, where would you like to place the Fallen Soul?
Somewhere where I can see it, because I don't think I can see it from everywhere next to the
Yeah,
monster thing.
You can see up to about here. Anywhere in this space.
Are we doing flanking rules? I can't remember if we're doing that in this game.
We are, but I don't think the Fallen Soul counts for the purposes of as a creature for the purposes of flanking.
Okay, well, it's worth a shot. No, fair enough. Alright, somewhere then, and then I will attack with it. It is a 3rd level, so I'll cast it at 4th level. So that is 40-10 slashing damage. But yes, it's got to make a reflex save there.
That's right. It's a dex save, right? Yeah.
Dex.
Because, you know, Medusas, they're well known for their dexterity. Actually,
They're
Oh,
well
it is
known
a
for
Medusa.
being-
actually
okay.
they are. Medusas are pretty oh my god, that's an 8.
Ha
All right. That's
Dex a +3. Dex a +3, everybody. Roll to
That's
5.
good math.
Alright, that's 4d6, was it? Or 40...
No,
some
it's
ridiculous?
40-10.
40-10? Ugh.
Eesh.
That is unreadable. That is a 5, 7, 11, 15 damage. Wow.
Okay, 15 points of what kind of damage is it?
Good fucking question. Slash.
Okay, 15 points of slashing damage. If I can find where I put my pen. There it is.
My rod would count towards us. That would be 16 points of damage, actually. Sorry.
Yes. It's, yep, cast through the Rod of the Packkeeper, yeah.
That is below half damage. I'm very disappointed in that. Oh well. It'll stick around
Okay,
another
It will get to do it again.
10
you go.
rounds.
and you do that. That's your action. Are you going to move any further? Oh no, you can't move any further. That's it, so that's your turn. Coming back up to the top,
my God.
Dásos.
All right. I'm taking stock of what potions I have available to me. Well, actually, first I'm gonna step back 15 feet. Do I see anything? I mean, I'm assuming that black paper is hiding
No.
something. Like, is there a corner here?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's something in the middle, so I'm still hiding that, but obviously you guys see the rest
Sure.
of the room. So as you exit its threatened space, it will take an attack of opportunity with its short sword.
I don't think.
Bonus action disengage.
If you've attacked attacked it, you get your rakish audacity.
Oh, well then, sorry. Can I? I know
Yeah.
this is technically
You can
cheating,
go.
but can I disengage?
Yeah, you can use a action or a bonus action. Doesn't really matter for you to disengage. 5, 10,
Yep. So disengage.
15 gets you right around the corner
I'm
there.
used to always attacking.
Yeah, that's the problem. The one time you don't.
Yeah.
So looking around the corner here, you see two more of these cages or cells, and down in toward this direction, you see at the end here. I've sort of drawn just a line, but it's actually collapsed. What would be a hallway has completely collapsed inward, and you can see it's been reinforced back up to hold it there. You can see very small amounts of the ooze from above are sort of seeping in, but it's not like filling the space. It's been plugged up more or less.
Okay. So still no visible way out anyway.
Not out this direction, no.
This is the only direction at this point, right? Am I missing something?
No.
Oh,
that's not-
okay.
yeah.
Wait.
You-
10 more feet towards the black paper. No. So directly around the corner that I approached.
Oh, sorry. No, it just the paper curled, so you couldn't see. You can obviously see that there's no door there.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, it's just the paper was curled up a little bit.
That's still the way I'm going to go anyway.
Okay, so there. That's 25 feet.
Okay. Well, then you know what? We should round it out. We'll go 30. Yeah. One more that way.
You're
Sorry,
just
I'm like really trying to figure. I'm pretty sure I just have a potion of greater healing and a potion of cure wounds. I'm pretty sure that's all I have on me. So
I don't know that there's a potion of cure wounds.
that's what I have written down on here,
Really?
typed up on my sheet. Potion of cure wounds.
I mean, that's weird.
Healing
There's a
potion?
potion of healing and a potion of greater
Maybe
healing.
that's what it's supposed to
I think
be.
you meant potion of healing.
I promise. I just write down what I'm told. I have no idea the names of any items here. Yeah, you know, I'll sort this out. I know for sure that I have a potion of greater healing that I haven't used, so I'm going to use that. Which, does anyone know how much that heals for?
I believe it's 2d4 plus 2, but let me double check.
I'm looking it up.
That's a regular potion, I think.
Yeah.
Looking it up.
Oh, you're using
just
the
to be
greater?
sure. Yeah.
Greater is 4 dice plus 4.
So 44 plus 4.
Yeah, 4 die, 4 plus 4.
Yeah, potions of healing are always a d4, and then you add the number of dice that you're using.
I heal 14 health.
Huzzah.
You healed almost as much as I did damage.
You healed a certain percentage of the hit points you just lost last round.
Yep. That's not that bad.
You are now less damaged.
So.
Alrighty.
Alright.
That's action bonus action movement, so that is your turn.
Yep.
Enten.
I have 1, 2. Does jump down consume movement for turn?
It consumes 5 feet of movement just to cross this distance. And actually, this is my mistake. I should have made Dásos roll an acrobatics check because it's more than 10 feet. But yeah, you'd have to make an acrobatics check not to sprain something because it's a 15-foot drop.
Right, because that's within falling damage range. Well, I'm going to go move to the space diagonally down left from Efferil,
Okay, so 5, 15, 20.
and I am going to cast Sacred Flame targeting the glowing Nahir DC 15 Dex Wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay. So
We're just
you...
around this hole, throwing spells down a whole animal monster. Just
Pretty
wailing on it.
much. Hang on.
I enjoy having my skin being not stone skin. I want to cast stone skin,
Stone?
not get it cast on me.
Alrighty. That's a 9.
Haha.
Come on, that
Uh,
dexterity is this thing's strong suit. What the fuck?
Wait, why do I have it as wisdom? It is a dex save. What am I doing?
Yeah, Sacred Flame is for sure wisdom. No, I'm kidding. Also, wait, how do you use Sacred Flame? Sacred Flame is a cleric spell.
Boros background, baby.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
2d8 radiant damage. Exactly average. 9.
9. Okay. 9 points of radiant damage. Alrighty. So the flames descend upon this thing, and it works about
how
as
far
well
down did you say I could see?
So at this angle now, you can see out to about here-ish. With your dark
Is that
vision.
within 30 feet of me?
This edge here? No.
Yeah.
You're here. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. Okay, so it is 25 feet from you. Yes.
Alright then, I would like to bonus action Misty Step to the farthest range.
There. Now you can see the rest of the space as your angle improves dramatically, and you can see. Basically, it was like the lip of this hole was blocking off the rest of it.
Can I use the last 5 feet of movement or no?
Yeah, because you Misty Step, that's a free movement, yeah.
Alright,
That doesn't
diagonal
consume any of your
upright.
movement. Okay. Yeah, Misty Step doesn't consume any of your movement, so.
Yeah. I'm just
Okay.
checking to see what the cases are for move, spell, other spell, teleporting spell, move again.
Your move can be broken up. It's part of one of the rules.
That's it. I'm out of action.
Okay, so Kledash is going to. Oh, actually. Blah blah blah. Oh, I don't know why he didn't do this before. Because it's a friggin' cantrip. Yeah. So he's gonna run up. By run up, I mean move here. And cast Vicious Mockery down on Gloin Nahir, which is a. Really? Only DC 13? I thought it was higher than that. DC 13 Wisdom save, I believe. Okay, which is. Oh my goodness. So that's a 5. So no. So it takes. 1 point of psychic damage. And has disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes. Okay. That and yeah, he's gonna stay there, actually. So that's the end of Kledash's turn. It is now the creature's turn. The creature, understandably pissed off, is going to. It sees you making your way in toward sort of the rear chamber area, and growls. And actually, in addition to moving with its snake-like body, actually starts to crawl, to claw along the ground in its desperation to get get toward you.
AC 15.
10. You know what I've been completely forgetting about? Damn it. I've been completely forgetting about a very specific and important ability, but it doesn't happen on its turn, it happens on other people's turns, so.
Oh no.
Anyway, it's going to take 2 swipes at you with its claws.
Cool. 15 for both.
Okay, well that's a natural 20 on the first one.
Okay, no way I can stop that.
So, that is...
I don't
13
like that sound.
13 points of piercing damage. 2 5s. 13 points of piercing damage and 4 points of necrotic damage.
Alright, 17 damage overall.
Yep. It's going to take a second swipe at you. That's not as good. That's a 17. So that's still
what happens on tied AC?
meets it, beats it.
Hit.
So I'm still getting hit if I boost my AC to 17.
If you go
Yeah.
up to 17, yes. You'd have to go up to 18 to beat this.
Let me. Oh wait, no, I can't cast another spell. Yeah, that sure is a bunch of damage coming in.
Okay. It's 4 points of slashing damage and 1 point of necrotic damage.
Down to exactly 40.
Alright, it's going to take its last attack with its snake hair on you. Oh my god, that's not nearly as good. That's a 12.
That's a miss.
As the second claw comes in and one of the snakes on the top of his head just lashes out, and actually catches on one of your pauldrons and goes to sink its teeth in, but it can't get purchased and it slides right off. So what it is going to do is actually, yeah, so it's going to move 10 more feet and it's going to end its turn there. It is now completely out of sight of everyone up here. That is the end of its turn. Tyorrgeth.
Alright, let's see. So there's nothing here for me. Is there anything? Is the one in the hole still in the hole, or did it go away?
The one what?
There's only one.
There's
There
only,
is
there's only
only
one.
one.
Well then, jump down the hole to follow.
Okay, so you jump down. You land from where you're positioned. You land there. Would you like to make an acrobatics check in an attempt to not take fall damage?
Alright, and my acrobatics is alright. 22.
Okay. You manage, through force of will alone, you land solid on the ground. And it's a moment where, like, in cartoons, right, that normally this vibration would go up your body and back down, just landing flat-footed on the ground, but it doesn't hurt you. So that's 5 feet of your movement.
Pop rage and get up to the thing.
Okay. You rage 5, 10, 15. Or
Yep.
10 actually gets you within range.
Yeah, 10. And start swiping.
Okay.
Swipe left. Swipe left.
22.
22. 22 will hit.
Okay. That, and then roll my Divine Fury on this. 12 from weapon damage and 2 Divine Fury.
Okay. So 14 points of damage.
Yep.
Okay. Is that your turn?
No, I hit
I was gonna
again.
say, I thought you had another attack.
Yeah, that's why I... Another 22!
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage on that as well.
6.
Okay, 6 points of force damage. Okay, you take 2 swipes at it, throwing your primal Divine Fury into the first strike. Okay, is that going to be your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. So, whose turn is it now? It is now Efferil's turn. And starting next round, I will actually remember the very important mechanic that I said
I'm scared.
I would remember last round. Oh well.
I don't have resistance to petrify.
Is there a resistance to petrification?
Probably.
Assuming since it's D&D, there, yeah, it probably is.
Okay, what you gonna do?
Direct my fallen soul even without seeing where it's going. It doesn't look like it says either way, which is why I'm asking the question.
Generally speaking, you can't. I know that's true of spiritual weapon. Let me see if...
It doesn't specifically say either way. I'm expecting the answer to be no.
I'm gonna say probably, but let me double check the specific wording of the spell. It's been a while since I've opened this book.
You got a physical book in front of you.
Yeah. I own this book.
Nice.
Probably help
I
if I can
don't.
friggin' find the spell.
3rd level necromancy.
Yeah, it's in alphabetical order, I just don't know how to do letters.
Well, F comes after G.
You're a programmer. You should know the order A, B, C, D, E, F. It's hex.
So you can direct the Phantom to fly up to 30 feet and attack a creature within 5 feet of it. I will say you can't direct it to attack a creature if you don't know where that creature is.
I was asking the question because it doesn't specifically state either way. So.
Yeah, it doesn't state
Okay,
to
Ember.
a point you can see, but I'd say you'd have to be able to see the target in order to direct it there.
Do you have a
Right.
3-sided dice by any chance?
What?
Moving on. What would you like to do, Efferil?
I poke my head down. Oh god, no! I'm trying to arrange myself in a position where I can attack this creature without looking directly at it. Can I quickly poke my head down the hole, use my bonus action to move and attack the creature, then poke my head back up the hole so it doesn't use its petrifying gaze on me?
Well, Petrifying Gaze is a bit different than that, but
I'm assuming that that if I leave my it needs to I need line of sight.
well, you
For it
wouldn't.
to work.
Efferil wouldn't necessarily have a reason to know that.
It is a Medusa.
Right, but
And
you
I
didn't
wouldn't
get
know
any
that.
information about that from the
Yeah, you're
Kenku,
right.
and Medusa aren't exactly common creatures, and also you
Okay,
don't
fair
have,
enough.
you don't have
Can I make a
memories
knockdown
before
check
about
to
2
just try
years
and figure
ago.
out what a
So-
Medusa is?
Counterpoint, glowing Nihir are the thing that glassed everything. We were told, watch out for glowing Nihir in the pit.
Sure, you know that petrification is a thing that exists. You don't know necessarily that that is how it works.
Okay.
So I'm probably metagaming a bit too much then. But I won't go down the hole because there's no point, because I can just attack the thing with quite a powerful spell without having to really be in danger. So I'm going to poke my head down the hole and direct my fallen soul to move towards it and attack.
Okay, so you sort of peek down, and you're able to get a bit of an angle on it. It does, at this point, it has half cover. It doesn't matter for you because it's dex save anyway. But you're able to see about half the creature.
That's
Take
enough
that
for me.
down to 8. Has to make, is it 15, right?
Yeah, that'd be on 9, but yeah.
The 15... No, because
No, the
last
dice
turn
would be
it
on
was
9.
Last turn it was 10. This turn it's on 9.
This
At
turn
the
it'll
end
be
of
9.
this turn it'll be 8. I'm
Okay,
taking it
as long
down
as I don't know how you're... Okay.
That's a 15. 12 plus 3.
Sorry?
That was a
15. Meets
yeah.
beats, so it doesn't do any damage.
Okay. So your fallen soul goes to swipe at it, but with your sort of angled direction, it's not quite able to follow
this
your
isn't a
train
half
of thought.
saving throw, half damage one.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
I mean, you can stand up because that's just a thing that people do when they're not looking at something. So, or when you're not like, there's no reason for you to stay crouched, basically. So sure, you can stand.
Well, there
back
is
up,
because I need
but
to keep line of sight on the thing.
You do need to have line of sight on it to direct it. I don't know that you need line of sight on it for it to maintain its existence.
No, but there's no reason for me to stand up. Now,
You got knees.
if I had a reason to stand up, then I'd stand up. I don't have a reason to stand up. There's nothing around.
That's fine. Your knees will thank me, but it's fine. Start of the next round, Dásos, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Not gonna do it. Let's see. Question mark D20 plus 2. A 16.
16. Okay. You feel just being in the presence of this creature and being within eyeshot of this thing, it starts to force its will onto your physical form, but you're able to resist the effects.
Okay. Can I womp it?
So, yes. So mechanically, in the future, at the start of each of your turns, you can choose to, at the end of your turns, you can choose to, at the start of your turn rather, you can choose to avert your gaze, which will completely avoid the wisdom saving throw, but you have disadvantage on the attacks.
So it's triggered at the start of turn ability, not a dispel or counterspell opportunity.
Right, it's an ability, not a
Okay.
magical effect or a spell. It's just a part of the being's nature that I've been forgetting because I'm bad at certain types of creatures, and this is one of them.
Alright, got it. So at the start of our turn, we can look away.
Yes. You can choose to avert your gaze. But then
Does that
everything...
consume reaction?
No. It's just a free
Okay.
action.
Alright. I'm gonna
But
give him
everything-
a slap.
Okay. So, 5,
So
10,
yeah, I'll move up
15,
Yep.
20, or 5, 10, 15.
up next to Enten, and let's give it the old
Slap
D20
dash.
plus 7. 18.
18 will hit.
It does hit?
Yep.
Alright. 5d6 plus 4. 20.
Snake attack, huh? Ha ha ha, snake attack. Ha ha.
Shut
Anyway. Anyway.
up. Don't do that. Everyone hated it.
Haha, snake attack.
I like
Alright.
pun.
Alright, you have 15 more feet of movement if you'd like to move. And your bonus action. still, I believe.
Yeah, I'll just take 2 steps back, I guess.
Okay. 5, 10. Because you didn't have the opportunity at the start of your turn, would you like to avert your gaze at the end of this turn, and it will be in the effect at the start of your next turn?
Wait, so if I avert my gaze here, then next turn I will have disadvantage on my attack?
Right. I mean, and you can choose at the start of your next turn to look back. It doesn't really matter. I didn't give you the opportunity at the start of this turn to do it. I'm giving you the opportunity to choose to do that now.
Wait, but there's going to be no consequence that... So, okay. If I choose to avert my gaze right now, then at the beginning of next turn I'm going to make the same decision, right?
Yeah, you just don't have to tell me if you haven't decided not to avert your gaze.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm not going to.
Okay.
So while we aren't looking at it, we have disadvantage on attacks that target it.
Correct.
Okay.
Enten.
No.
Will you avert your gaze or not?
No.
You will not avert your gaze.
Hell
Okay, make a
yeah.
Constitution saving throw.
D20 plus 3. Show me high number. Does a 17 work?
17 makes the save. Yep, barely, but yes. Yeah, you feel a similar, just malevolent oppression on your physical form, but your dwarven stoutness, I don't know, manages to resist it.
I have literally stared at death. This is
You are
not a problem.
You are a little teapot.
Short and or stout. Here is my handle. Here is my warhammer with +2 damage.
Okay.
Show me high number. Low number.
High up. Aw.
It's single digit.
Ooh.
Oh
Okay.
no.
I'm gonna say no. Probably not.
Yeah. 6? No.
Mm-mm.
The worst part is it was on the 17 and then fell over to the 3.
Womp womp. So that's a nope. Alright, are you gonna stay where you are? Or do you have a bonus action spell to cast?
I
very
have
many of
bonus
those.
action. I have Dragon's Breath and Blinding Smite, but I would have had to hit to get my smite. So I'm going to bonus action turn away. I'm going to avert my gaze and just end my turn.
Okay. Well,
I can't
realistically,
disengage safely.
yeah, that won't matter until the start of your next turn, because nothing it does on its turn will matter. So, for
Okay.
that particular effect. Okay.
Then yeah, pass turn.
Kledash is Well, he's going to choose... Ow, 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 ow. He's going to choose to avert his gaze. And because I am not going to be responsible for him being petrified while he's not even here. Oh man, he really doesn't have a lot of mobility options, does he? He's going to jump. He's going to jump into the puddle and pretend that the puddle's deeper than it is and hope that'll cushion his fall. No, it won't. Not with an 8, it won't.
1 die 6 falling damage. Huzzah!
1 point. He takes 1 point of falling damage and lands prone.
Stubbed his toe in a pool
He will
of water.
actually stay prone and cast Vicious Mockery on it. So it has to make a Wisdom saving throw. It makes the save with a 21. So unfortunately, no such luck on that one. That's going to be... no, he will give inspiration. He will give his bardic inspiration to Tyorrgeth.
Nice.
And that is his turn. It is now its turn. Taking stock of everything that's around it. Yeah, with the hit points being what it is. Yeah. So it's going to do this. It's going to take one of its attacks to shove Enten. So Enten, if you'd like to make a...
Is it strength or dex?
I believe... athletics or acrobatics check.
I believe I have athletics. Oh, I have athletics. +4. 17 versus...
15. 17 makes it, so it attempts to shove you, but you are both short and stout, and it's not able to push you away. It doesn't care much, because it's going to keep clawing its way past. The Fallen Soul doesn't actually occupy space, so it is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20. If you want to take an attack of opportunity, you may, Enten.
Yes. Here is my Warhammer again.
And Tyorrgeth, not yet.
Does a 15 hit?
15 does not hit, unfortunately.
Damn it. Off by 1.
Off by 2. Yeah, it has 10 more feet, so it's actually going to reach up to the hole and start to climb its way out. So it is now partially... It's now... Like, its head is sticking out of the hole here, but the rest of its body is still down, more or less in melee range of the ground. So it's like here in the air. It just climbs right over Kledash, ignoring him completely. It does exit your threatened sphere though, so if you'd like to make an attack of opportunity to Tyorrgeth, you can do that.
Okay, I'd love to.
For the purposes of this, I'm going to put it here, just being in mind it's actually between these two spaces right now.
Alright.
Oh no, now I'm scared.
It wants out of the pain hole.
It wants out of a lot of things.
22?
22. 22 will hit.
And that is a 14.
Oh, because you got 10 plus 4. Okay. 14 points of force damage. Alright. And that is where it has to end its turn, because it, meaning me, but it was dumb and chose to make a multi-attack with it. Actually, no, because it still has its the other 2 attacks in its arsenal, so... We'll save for the sake of this, because I'm dumb and I forgot. It will take an attack against Tyorrgeth on the way by. It will take a claw swipe at you on the way by.
Alright.
With a 23, which I'm fairly certain hits.
Yeah, 23 would hit.
That's 4 points of slashing damage and 2 points of necrotic damage.
You said 2 points of necrotic?
Correct. And as it pops its head out of the hole, Efferil, it just sees you sort of crouched looking down and hisses at you, and one of its hair bits lash out toward you. Oh my god, that's a 6, so no.
I wave, and therefore I dodge straight out of the way of the claw of the snake.
You wave, and actually it's a 9, but still, you wave, but as it goes to strike, it follows the motion of your hand and stops short as the undead snake head gets distracted by your hand.
You confuse the undead snake head.
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
That is its turn. Tyorrgeth.
Oh, this thing isn't getting away like that. I climb back out of the hole?
It's still in a weird superposition of both floors, right?
It is, so if you walk up to it 5, 10, 15, you are within melee range of it. The lower half of its body is still dangling down.
Well, then I'll stab it.
With that said, of note, no, you don't see a way back up. It's just a hole in the ceiling.
Well, I'll stab it again. Sadly, I don't think 12 hits.
12 does not hit, unfortunately.
Oh well, I'll strike again.
Okay.
I mean, we know its number, but that's metagaming.
19?
19 hits. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Alright, D10, and I don't think since I made that first attack and it didn't land, I don't think I get Divine Fury.
I believe it's the first attack that hits. You can choose to use your Divine Fury.
Oh, well then I'll use it.
Yeah, that's not one of those that's only on the first... Let's see. Yeah, the first creature you hit on each of your turns, yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I don't even think it's a choose. I think it just does.
Okay, so...
Yeah, while you're raging the first creature you hit, yeah, it just does. You don't even get a choice. It just happens.
Yep.
So 7 weapon damage and 6 necrotic.
Okay, 7 force and 6 necrotic, so that's 13 points of damage.
That's not as much damage as I can do.
This thing is displeased, to put it mildly.
Okay, now I need to find a way out of the hole.
Bits of its skeletal form are starting to break off, and you see bits of its bone scattered along the ground as it was trying to claw its way away.
I see what I should have done now, and I didn't do it, like a big old fool.
Now I wish I had Lightning Bolt.
Now I wish I hadn't used my action for attack.
I don't know if you... I know what you're thinking. I don't know if it would have worked, but I know what you're thinking.
I know what you're thinking.
It would have been better than just this last strike, but yeah.
Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay.
Is this Efferil?
Efferil, yes. Efferil, do you... damn it, I forgot to... Actually, no, you can't see its eyes, so... Tyorrgeth, you're fine, even though I messed up and forgot to ask you whether you need to avert your gaze or not. You don't need to, because you can't see its eyes. So, Tyorrgeth, you're fine. Efferil, you can see its eyes looking right at you, so do you choose to avert your gaze?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Okay. You're aware of where it is.
It's not like I need...
So, you're aware of where it is. You're not completely blinded to it, but any attacks you make are made at disadvantage. That's all that means.
I'm not going to make any attack. Can I reach Tyorrgeth from here with, a touch spell?
No, he's 15 feet away.
Right, fair enough. That plan is not very good then.
Were you going to make me fly?
Yes, but it's touch.
I think someone else has fly, or at least has
I have jump. I have jump, not fly.
Jump is good enough. I just want someone out of the hole. I am going to stand up and back away, but I'm also going to use my fallen soul to move up and smash it in the face again.
Well, in the butt, but 5, 10,
in the whatever
15, 20.
Does it fly?
I think it says 30 feet in any direction, so sure, it can.
Oh no!
You can direct the phantom to fly up to 30 feet, so yes.
Yeah,
oh no, we
it doesn't
gave it no
specify it
clip.
has to be on the ground. Well, no, it can't go through physical spaces, but you can fly it up to 30 feet. Yeah, it doesn't specify it has to be on the ground. So yeah, we'll say for the sake of this, just because my sanity, it's about halfway up the body now, so it's about 5 feet up off the ground. Put it on
Make that dexterity save.
Put it on a die, so I remember that. It's actually supposed to be there.
A die on a die.
16.
Fuck.
13 plus 3. Sorry.
Oh well. Right.
And
well,
you said you were
spend
gonna.
yeah, I stand up and move away, so that's only half my movement. I just move far enough away.
15.
Could I Eldritch Blast?
Yeah, it's yeah, because using Fallen Soul is a bonus action. So yeah, you can Eldritch Blast. However, it will take a swipe at you with the only part of its body it can. It will take a Snake Strike at you as you leave its threatened space. What? I picked up the D6. That's not going to work very well for attacks.
Yeah, roll a d6 to hit. Go on.
Doesn't matter. I rolled a 6 plus 6 is 12 anyway, so it doesn't matter.
And you rolled a d6.
So yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, I back
Yeah,
away. Like I
you
said,
can
I'm gonna
Eldritch
Eldritch Blast. I haven't had to cast Eldritch Blast in a while, so let me just remind myself how that works. To Eldritch? Yeah,
I think it's 2 die 10.
D20.
Well, you have to roll a
and
spell
another
attack first.
Yeah,
Oh, right,
it's
it's 2 missiles.
It's 2
Yeah.
missiles. Yeah.
You have to roll 2. I mean, you can roll one after the other, or you can roll them together. It doesn't really matter.
I don't know what that rolled originally because I knocked it over. Okay, so that is 2 modified 20s.
Okay. So they're, what, both 13, 14, something like that? I forget what your spell attack.
Both 12s. I got +7 and then a +1 on top of that.
Oh, that's right, because of the wand of the Pack Keeper. Or the rod of the Pack Keeper, rather.
Hmm.
Okay, yeah, 20 will definitely hit it, so go ahead and roll your force damage for that.
Which will be.
You know, one of these days, I gotta put you up against, like, a...
Wait, no, these are disadvantage, aren't they? Shit.
Yes, they are, because you averted your gaze.
I will roll some extra d20s. Okay, so there is a 14 and a 19.
The 14 misses, the 19 hits.
Yeah, okay, there we go. It's just 1d10 plus my charisma mod plus 1. So that is a 10 plus charisma, which is a +4 plus 5, so 15 damage.
15 damage, nice. Not doing great. No, it is not. No, sir. Okay, is that your turn? Okay, back up to the top, Dásos.
That's me.
It is.
All right. So I can still fit in there to give him a whack, right?
Well, let's see if you have the movement to get there. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah. It's occupying essentially this space right here, so yeah.
Give him a whack.
Her, but yeah.
Whatever. A 20.
20 will hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
15.
Okay, 15 points of damage. She is
Alright.
limping along on her last, I don't know what you call, it's not a leg, she doesn't have legs, but
Femur.
she doesn't
That's
have
a
femurs.
part of a leg, isn't it?
She doesn't have femurs. She has a long spine that terminates in a tail.
Last hit point.
Yeah, she's...
No, not singular hit point, but getting there.
Dotted grenade.
Alright, yeah, I mean, that's my turn.
Okay, that's gonna be your turn. Enten.
Good old move and slap.
Okay.
Oh, I don't have Scorching Ray. Boo, that would have been useful
10,
here.
15, 20, 25 just gets you into range. Between your two
Rules question.
taller comrades. What's up?
You said... So I have an ability that says to a point you can see. Can
Correct.
the point be an arbitrary point in space, or does it have to be
Oh,
a
wait.
wall or a physical
I
point?
didn't avert my gaze.
You can't see her eyes from where you are. Her eyes are
Yeah,
above.
the eyes are.
Her eyes are
Never
currently
mind,
above the
never
ceiling.
mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, good point. But I figured that out with Tyorrgeth as well. Her eyes are currently above the ceiling,
Yeah.
so you can't see them.
Can
where
I throw
you're
my weapon to
standing-
an arbitrary point in space?
Where you're currently standing, you can, but before where you started, you couldn't. Say again.
Okay.
Sorry.
Can I throw my weapon to an arbitrary point in space and say it detonates there? Or does it have to be a physical wall or other physical thing?
Let me see.
Because the ability is throw weapon 120 feet to a point you can see.
Let me see. I've heard that question a couple times. I'm just wondering, can the fireball be cast at the air? Yeah. It whenever it specifies a point in the rules, it specifies that you choose a point of origin. It doesn't require that the point be on an object. So yeah.
All right. I'm going to throw it 25 feet in the air, directly above me,
Straight
and yep,
Okay.
DC
so,
15.
Okay, so 25 feet straight up. That's into 25 straight up. So that's actually 5 feet below the ceiling of the next room. Okay.
Oh,
What?
then yeah, the ceiling would be viable. It's a saving throw DC 15 dexterity.
Okay. What's the size of the effect? What's the area of effect?
20 feet sphere.
20-foot sphere. Oh boy, I get to take out my big radius. You said
In terms of
16?
verticality, I think everyone on the lower layer is safe.
Yeah, everyone on the lower level is safe when you put it 25 feet up. That's a 15, so... Yeah, 15. It was a DC 16, right?
DC 15.
DC 15? Wait, did I do the math right? No, I didn't do the math right. That's a... 11 plus 3. Oh my god, 14. I can math right.
20
So no,
fire, is that enough?
Takes 20 points of fire damage. Let's see, from where you are, that would go... Yeah, that would go right here, which actually does catch Efferil.
Oh, come on.
So, Efferil,
Hell yeah.
make the same save. Dexterity
What's
saving
the
throw, please.
Sorry.
Okay. I'll
And
just remember this.
And you impact the walls as well.
Oh no.
So, that's something else to consider.
13, is that enough?
15.
Wait, yeah, the fucking slime is attracted to heat.
It's too late. What's done is done.
I have one mode. I have fire.
So, Efferil, you take this damage as well. How much was that? 25, you said?
20.
20?
No, 20 flat.
20 fire. Okay, got it. I heard 20.
Yeah, 20 fire.
20 fire. Yeah, so first, I guess, is Fallen Soul concentration?
Second.
I think it is, but...
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so go ahead and make a concentration check. Your DC is 10.
Well, I rolled a 19, so I don't know what
Yeah,
I need to add
so
to that. It's
you're fine then.
Constitution?
Yeah,
You're
but
fine.
it doesn't matter. You just need a
It's
10.
it's against
Um,
DC 10, so you're fine.
Gloin Nahir incinerates. You know how many hit points she had left?
2,
Take a guess.
7,
Nope.
4,
21.
Nope.
19.
She
One
had
hit point.
3 hit points. She had 3. She had 2. She had 2 hit points.
Ah,
So that was the
However-
first guess.
Yeah, sorry.
Enten guessed that was the
No, you said
first
3.
number.
You said 3. It
No,
was 2.
Enten said 2. First guess.
Did you? I didn't hear that.
Roll back the tape.
I can in what time is it? In an hour
Later.
and a half. That said, with this radius, the walls along these corridors, along this side here, this side crumples outward completely. You see one corridor this way, behind the door that wouldn't open. This side is actually just a wall. There was nothing there. This side collapses outward, and you see, Efferil, you see a space where there was ooze about 5 seconds ago. Just a void that it's been burned away as it maintains form, and then it starts to slowly make its way into the space. So there's that. What would you guys like to do?
We'd like to get out.
Up.
You fools, you have opened the walls. The ooze is coming in. Get out.
Oh, right, the ooze!
For the
Shit!
sake of this, I'll use this as sort of like the token of where the ooze.
Are you alright, Efferil?
Oh, it's way bigger than that, but I'm gonna use this just to be nice.
No.
You are cutting out.
I saw you move away!
There.
I placed it safely! Whatever. I'll heal you later.
It's
Sorry
right
about that. I thought
here,
it was
there.
safe.
Wait. Alright, so tell me about this slime. It's coming in upstairs?
It's coming in upstairs from where you are.
It's upstairs. It's moving. Is it moving slowly or quickly?
It's moving relatively slowly. It's about, I'll say, in a few seconds it's going to reach the next. It's about here. And it's going to start dripping down into the hole as well. Pretty soon. I'm not going to go round by round with this, because that's silly, but...
How long do you think we have? Can I make the estimation of how long I think I have?
Contain it?
Best
does anyone
guess?
have any kind of like force spell or
Best
glass?
guess,
Something?
looking at how it's moving, maybe 30-40 seconds.
Does anyone have anything like that?
I don't have any equipped right now.
Could we barricade?
now-
Can I barricade that in 30 seconds?
Can
5 foot.
Kledash put a Liamon's tiny hut? Is the hole small enough that the hut would keep the slime out?
Lima's tiny hut is a minute. Casting time.
Oh.
I have mending. Would that be useful?
We're
That'll
gonna lose all this stuff down here. There's so much lore.
It's now, you see now the ooze has started to hang down about 5 feet from the opening there. What was it? I'm sorry, you said something, Efferil?
Yes. Is it? Do you think I have enough time to like barricade the wall in that time?
The wall is gone. There's no wall to barricade.
Okay, fair enough. So I was asking the question.
It advances. It actually slows its advance into this room as more of it starts to pour down into the hole below. It's now
Wait, I
about...
thought we
I'm
weren't
getting
going round
out
by
of the
round.
hole.
Do we have time to think or not?
No, you're 30 seconds.
I'm going slowly. We're not going round by round though.
I'm going to throw a rope down and tie the other end to something up here.
Okay. So you run over and you throw a rope down, and there isn't a whole lot to tie. Well, this side is now blown out. It's actually, this side is blown into what appears to be a hallway of some kind, leading out in this direction. But you can hold onto it yourself. You don't have to make a check or anything. You can just hold onto it yourself.
All right, wait.
Anyone want to come up and
Thank you.
to relative safety?
Yes.
I can drive it back with continual fire breath. I think I can help,
It's attracted to flame. It's not
but it
doing-
also is dying to flame.
Is that true?
Well, you didn't see it, but Efferil did. The space of the fireball essentially was caved in, was burned away. So it is hurt by it, but it's also a city-sized ooze. So
Well, how long can we keep it back with fire? 'Cause
I can
really
buy
want
us
to-
a minute per casting.
you can find out. It's fire breath, right?
Dragon's Breath.
Dragon's
Damage
Breath?
type fire.
Let's see. Let's look at the specifics. Because after a certain point, if you can't reach the size and the space of what it's doing, you're not really going to be able to keep it back.
It's a 15-foot cone.
15-foot cone. The hole in the wall is larger than that. The hole in the wall is a 15-foot radius.
Ooh.
Yeah, you blew a 15-foot the spell was 20 feet radius. It's starting to advance a little bit further now. It's now like almost at your heads.
Someone get up!
Kledash is like,
we've got the rope.
don't have to tell me twice, and voomp, climbs up the rope.
I'm climbing.
Fuck that.
Everyone is taking so goddamn long to climb up a rope when they have 30 seconds. They've taken more than 30 seconds to decide whether or not they want to climb a rope
down here that I
to get
wanna
to
grab.
safety.
No,
I cast Wall
I'm
of Fire and
Thank you.
block off the entry point for the ooze to come in with Wall of Fire.
Okay, so you cast Wall of Fire,
Yes.
pushing the ooze back. The section of the ooze that was already in does down into the hole.
Yeah, well, that's
and
nothing I can do about that.
And I'll say, for the sake of ease, everybody else, do you choose to climb up or do you choose to go further into the room? It is essentially a gelatinous cube that's now in the space with you.
How long does the wall of fire last?
1 minute,
Okay.
and it's concentration.
Although,
Okay.
now that I think about it, you've put up your wall of fire. Hup. That's going to be there. We'll just say the wall's right across here. What's the width of the wall? Is it 5 foot wide?
A 60 foot long, 20 foot high, and 1 foot thick.
Okay. So, twice as long as this line, but I'll put this line here for now just to indicate that you've
It's
blocked
long
it off.
enough.
Yeah. Oh man,
It's just literal
am I gonna do this to
denial.
you? I think I'm gonna do this to you. Sorry.
Well, I mean, I didn't have many choices. None of you guys are fucking getting... Get out of the
No,
goddamn
that's-
hole!
Yeah, I'm climbing.
what you did is
I'm
fine.
climbing up of it.
Tyorrgeth is won't climb.
I've been saying this for a while,
Right there.
but
The Medusa's alive again.
Oh no, it's not the Medusa. It's an ooze. It's what is essentially a gelatinous cube, but it's not a cube because yeah.
Can Tyorgeth's climb trigger before the ooze happens?
Wait, isn't the rope on the
Is that-
opposite side from where the ooze is?
It is. Fun fact. I will say, sure, Tyorgeth, you can quickly get up. Everybody else... Sorry to do this so soon from when we just came back
This is
down.
wildly
You should-
unfair. What
well,
was I
if it
doing?
isn't the
What
consequences
what was Dásos doing?
Were you climbing the rope?
I was never given the opportunity to even make a decision.
Do you want to climb the rope?
Yeah, sure. What I want to do is search the fucking room, but I guess I don't have time.
I mean, it depends on how fast this thing moves. You could probably outrun it.
Well, how long was I searching for before it?
You would have had about maybe 10 seconds, 20 seconds at most.
The encounter ended when the wall was blown open.
Yeah, the encounter
Which
ended
means
when the wall
It
was blown
had
open.
3 ticks of advancement.
Yeah, it had 18 seconds of advancement and then was in the hole.
So
Alright.
Which I can say, you know, if you wanted to start searching things, you were over here instead of right at the hole.
Sure.
You climbed the rope.
Whatever. Alright, I'll get out as quickly as I can.
I'm trying to see if there's any fire I can do, but after that wall of fire goes up,
You have
there's
the
nothing
dragon's
I can
breath. Don't you have the dragon's breath?
yeah, I can Dragon's Breath the gelatinous cube in here. I will do that then.
I will say, at this point, we've now reached past the point of plausibility. I'll let you go ahead and take that action, and then we enter an initiative order.
Yes. Dragon's Breath, 10 turns worth. First turn targeting the ooze as an action. Fire Breath.
Ha ha ha! You'll never guess. what it rolled for initiative.
Crit.
7.
-3. It has a dexterity bonus of -4, and it rolled a 1.
Fucking amazing.
So go ahead and roll your so Dragon's Breath. How does that?
It's
make
3
it work
die.
mechanically?
3 die 6, 15-foot cone.
Is it a save? Is it a
Yes, there is a dex save DC 15 to have the damage.
dex save? Ha. That's an 8, so no.
That is demonstrably less than 15.
Usually.
Is 17 fire damage enough?
17? I mean, not to kill it, but that hurt it.
Alright, 9 turns.
Some of it start to burn away. Oh, I don't know why I put these away, because these are still relevant. You still have your Force Spike active, and you still have your Fallen Soul.
Yeah, I believe Tyorrgeth and Dásos are at 5 at this point.
Tyorrgeth and Efferil?
Yes. I think they're both
well,
at 5 because it was
they were at 7. Minus 3 ticks brings them down to 4. But that's 4 at the start of their turn, not 4 at the end of their turns. So oops, that's a 0. Alrighty. Initiative orders Dásos.
11.
11. Efferil.
I didn't realize we were running initiative. I'm sorry. 18.
18. Enten.
9.
Got my 4 from last round.
Kledash. Oh, I have to roll for him because he's not here. 16. Tyorrgeth.
A 19.
19. Okay. Tyorrgeth at the top of the round. You still have 4 rounds of your Force Pike. And it does, looking down at the hole, it has half cover because you're essentially reaching down and poking at it, but you can reach it. This thing is tall. It's 10 foot by 10 foot. So with your reach, you actually can reach it with your Force Pike.
So I get to stab.
Sure.
So first I'm gonna pop Rage.
Oh yeah, because you would have ended your rage. Yep. So you pop rage.
22 hit.
Yeah. It has an armor class of 6, so yes.
Okay, 16 weapon damage and 1 necrotic.
Okay. Oh, I didn't realize you were doing necrotic. It doesn't matter. Wouldn't have mattered last combat. Glowing Nahir actually had immunity to necrotic damage, but the last attack dealt enough damage to overwhelm the amount of necrotic damage you did last combat, so it's fine. You overkilled it by enough. Okay, so that's your first attack.
Yeah, I'll go. Yeah, is there anything else to hit? Is the thing still around?
No, it's still there.
It's still there.
Well, swing it again.
You swing your Force Pike into it, and it carves into the ooze. It doesn't really seem to be having much of an effect, but like you can see that it's being damaged. It's just, you know, there's no frame of reference. It doesn't have a body for
10
parts to cut. A 10 hits, yeah.
That's a 10 plus the 13, 17. The plus 3 is my rage damage.
Okay, so 17 points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else this turn, or is that going to be your turn?
No, I'm staying right next to the hole and ending my turn.
Okay, Efferil.
I am holding a rope.
Okay, you'll keep on holding the rope. So the rope is dangling down, but it is in this space right here where the ooze is.
I can't. I don't want to let go of the rope because I'm currently the one holding on to it.
Okay, that's fine.
Unless I could Eldritch Blast with one hand.
Yeah, you can hold the rope as long as nobody's climbing it. You can hold the rope with one hand. And Efferil and Enten, you both see this. The rope is not being dissolved or eaten by this thing. Interestingly.
Interesting.
It's also a silk rope, by the way.
Actually, in that case, a silk rope would be because it is organic. So it is starting to be eaten away, but it's not. It's not. Well, silk is also weaker than hemp, but it's not. It's not like burning away. It's just starting to get a little frayed on the edges. Yeah, you can let go of it with one hand and cast with the other. You know, if nobody's currently on the rope, you don't need both hands on the rope.
So, Eldritch Blast on the slime.
Okay.
Can I see it? I presumably can see it.
Oh yeah, you can see it.
Okay, so one is a modified 20, and the other one is a natural 20.
Sure. Easy peasy.
That means I roll the natural 20. That means I roll double the dice roll, don't I? I haven't critted in a while.
Yeah, you can double the dice, or you can roll once and double it. Doubling the dice usually averages a little better, so that's why I recommend that.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. So this is my crit attack.
Also, your concentration on
14, 21 damage.
Concentration on the wall of fire there. 21 damage. Okay.
22 damage. Sorry, I forgot the
22
plus
damage.
1. And my non-crit is 15.
15. Both the bolts fly into it, and the rest of you watch as it's a little gross actually, Efferil, where you're standing. You just hit by this wave of, I don't even know how to describe the word, like blood plasma, basically, just all over your body. It's painful, but the outside like skin of this thing suddenly bursts and starts to just wash away. And that's the end of that.
I said get up the rope.
So you now have
Coming.
You now have about 54 seconds before the wall of fire ends. How long does it take to climb this rope? Oh, you can do it in a round. It's not long at all. But you have 54 seconds until the wall of fire ends. And
I'm going to climb up.
Also, I actually did 2 less damage because I forgot it's plus charisma, not plus spell attack modifier.
Yeah, you overkilled it by a lot. It had 4 hit points after the first Eldritch Blast, so.
I'm going to go run over to the table and grab the Misium Gauntlet.
Your Spirit Guardian, or your Fallen Soul would disappear because you're now concentrating on a different spell.
You'd have dispelled it after the... No, I wouldn't have done. I would have kept it up, but yeah, no.
Multi-concentration, I think.
I don't have that.
There's no such thing, so...
Yeah. There's a feat in one of the books you added.
There's a one that allows you to maintain concentration on 2 spells for 1 round. There's an overlap in the Tal'Dorei campaign guide, but it's just 1 round. Okay, so you run over. You run over and you scoop up all the pieces of the Misium apparatus, and it doesn't take you long to do that. But what is everybody else doing during this time? You have a little bit under a minute before the wall of fire ends and the ooze starts to creep back in.
I hit the help box.
You what?
The help box.
The help box. The button.
That the guy who's in the machine.
The Kenku help box.
Yeah, the teleportation ring, the field ring. Got it. I was like, what are you talking about? Yeah, you hit the you hit that, and not a few seconds later, whoosh, flying down the hole, one of the teleportation field rings lands, and not lands, but hovers next to you. You can see on the other side is the room there.
Keswick, I can I use this to get out? We killed Gloin Nahir Nahir. Gloin Nahir Nahir is dead, but we have a bunch of the slime is coming through. It's gonna kill us unless. Can you give me? Can this stay with me so I can get out when we're done?
Yes.
Okay. I start throwing books off the shelves through the hole.
Okay. So there's not a lot of books. There are a few books, a few tomes here and there, and you just shove as much as you can out the hole.
Yeah.
A number of small trinkets. You hear some glass shatter on the other side, and you're like, oh shit. But you start throwing things through this teleportation field device, and in maybe just the amount of stuff that's on the shelf, maybe 30 seconds, you've more or less emptied the shelves.
Okay. Anything else? So what about the cages? Do I have time?
I can say you can quickly run over and make a quick investigation check. I will say, without even needing to investigate, you try the doors and all of them are locked.
Okay.
The field device stays with you.
Then I'm gonna climb up the rope.
Okay. The teleportation field device stays with you in that case either way, but climb up the rope.
Okay. And then, quick summary of what we already know in here. So there was the stuff on the table. There's the broken suit. Can we get the broken suit?
Remind me which one that was. Sorry.
Remember, Keswick asked us to make that suit. We found a diagram of it or whatever.
Oh, it's not actually a suit. It's a vehicle. We were just calling it a suit because it looked kind of like the slime-proof suit. It's not actually a suit. Yeah. It's a vehicle. You immediately in this space around you, you don't see any parts. You did find a lot of like very detailed plans, but you didn't see any parts in the immediate area.
Okay. All right.
You do know there are stairs going upward. And this door was blown. This was one of the doors that didn't open, and you didn't like bother with it. It was the metal one, but it blew open.
Now it is open.
And there's a hallway that leads out in this direction.
While all that's happening, after I finish gathering the Mizium apparatus, I'll just be using my Dragon's breath to blow through the firewall and try and take out more ooze while I can.
Okay. Alrighty.
Should I mass roll that, or...?
No, don't bother.
I mean, you're not going to be able to kill him.
But you are more or less pushing this back a little further to give yourself buffer, is what you're trying to do, right?
Yeah.
So that when this drops, you still have a little bit more time to breathe. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I get that.
I will have 8 turns of that.
Okay. I mean, once the wall of fire drops, we'll see how effective that is. But that's what you're intending to do. I get what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Now you've got your 15-foot
cone
here. Your 15-foot cone. I get to use all my fancy toys today.
But nobody had a status effect inflicted on them.
That's true. I guess I could have used the concentration rings, but I didn't. That's fine. I was using the dice for that. During this time, so Dásos and Enten, your time has been accounted for. Anybody else doing something?
I'm currently adding dice.
Tyorrgeth, you doing anything? I will take that as a no. And Kledash is going to...
I forgot I was muted, but yeah, it's a no. I don't know what there is for me to do.
Kledash is going to run over here, and using the what he remembers of the plans that he found, he's going to start digging through the things on the table here to try and see if there's anything similar or has sort of a similar workmanship. With an investigation check of... If I can find his character sheet again.
93 fire damage over all the turns.
16. He picks through, and he doesn't find much that's specific to the... And Efferil, you would know this as well, the cube that they found in there that is now assembled. He doesn't find anything exactly in that vein, but he does find other small pieces that appear to be of similar make and similar design. Like have a small, little design touches to them that are similar. And he goes and he pockets them. He has these small brass knickknacks, more or less. Alrighty, so you've got about maybe 20 more seconds of stuff to do, if you'd like to do anything else, or go somewhere else. What would you like to do?
Alright, everyone, are we going down the hall or up the stairs when we leave? Which one? So I'm going to go the other one right now.
Kledash says, well, we don't know what's upstairs.
Okay. I'm going up the stairs then.
Up it is.
So you quickly bolt upstairs. You don't have a gelatinous slime occupying that space. You bolt up the stairs very quickly, and here, just taking a quick glance around, I'll tell you what you can see.
Slimes.
Yeah, there are 2 slimes. No, I'll tell you what you see without even making a check, but go ahead and make a perception check to see what else you see.
Yeah.
In addition, you just basically looking around, you see there are I didn't do a very good job of drawing it out. I got lazy at the end. It was the last room I drew. But there are several crates scattered throughout the spaces. You can see one of them has been broken open and has what appears to be almost a scythe that's been reinforced of some kind, like what would be normally a scythe blade, but it's much, much thicker. And in one of the other crates, you can see hasn't been smashed open, but it is parted. There's like a large gear coming out the top of it. You recognize these specific objects as being parts of the plans you found down below. What was your perception?
24.
24. Additionally, you notice one of the panels on the wall. You assumed it to be like a patch job almost at first. You notice it's not actually attached to the wall, and it is about the right size and shape to be one side of this vehicle. Which is odd, given that this space here doesn't have any windows or any other exit, but all these parts are stored up here.
Okay.
Does the teleportation field device come with you as well?
I would think so, because I'm keeping it right next to me because I'm planning on staying here until the ooze is like at my feet, and I'm gonna jump through the ring.
Okay, yeah, because I know you told it to stay right near you, so
yeah.
And it has no reason not to.
Okay, I'm gonna more carefully try to move these vehicle parts through the through the ring.
You start to move a few. It takes you a little bit of time. You get about maybe a quarter of them. I'd say with your best estimate, you'd be able to get about a quarter of them through in the time you have left. Although
everyone, get up here.
No, you do have more time because the ooze will take time to get up to you, so you actually have quite a bit of time. You have probably 6 or 7 minutes before this whole
space I have
fills
time
and starts
to...
going up. But
do I think I have time to do the whole thing myself?
probably.
Actually, wait. Tyorrgeth, get up here. Tyorrgeth, get up here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll follow the rogue. Yeah, I'll follow.
You run up.
These are parts of the vehicle. Get them through the ring. I'm gonna keep looking for more stuff up here.
All right. I guess start pushing him through the ring.
You start pushing stuff through. There are a few pieces that don't fit, like very large. What's the word I'm looking for? Like a. I'm blanking on what the word is. Like a piston almost. But Tyorrgeth, you're able to lift them, so you can probably carry them. They'll just be unwieldy. There's 3 of these that you'd have to carry, and they'll be very unwieldy, but you could probably carry them if you had to. All of the other parts that you find that Dásos points out to you, you're able to get through the teleportation field device.
Okay, wait,
Dásos,
so he can carry all 3 of them himself?
With severe difficulty, and his speed is reduced, but yes.
Okay, but...
With assistance...
So, I mean, that's...
With assistance, he'd be able to do it without having a speed reduction.
But they don't fit through the ring, so he wouldn't be able to fit through the ring with them, right?
Correct.
Okay, so he would need to take those and get out of here, like, now, because he's going to have to go downstairs and then back through that hall.
potentially. Do at least one of you, actually, Kledash, I think,
Oh, he has those.
has a bag
bags,
of holding, right?
Okay. Yeah, bag of holding.
Kledash has a bag of holding. Let me double check. Is he the one that has it? Yes, he does. He has the bag of holding.
He at least has that vest with 6 bags of holding on it. Or
those
jacket.
are small. They are
Okay.
about. Oh, you mean the armor?
Yeah.
The armor. Yeah, those extra dimensional spaces aren't actually.
I think the inside is big. It's just the openings are very small.
I just want to see how. Well, yeah, they wouldn't be able to fit through the opening, but now you've got me wondering. It's a cubic volume of 2 feet, so it's not that big.
Oh, okay.
But the bag of holding, on the other hand, is different. The bag of holding can hold a cubic volume of 64 feet, and it is 4 feet deep. Yeah, so those will. They'll fit, and like you have to put them straight down and then angle them to fill out the rest of the space. But yeah, Kledash runs up as well, and you shove. How much space does he have left in the bag? Actually, you just barely fit all 3 of them in, but then the bag is capped out.
Cool. That's all we need.
He has to take a pot out and throw it, but he throws it through the teleportation field device. So
Perfect. That's like a bag of holding too.
the teleportation field device.
Yeah. It's a form of a.
You hear from the other side. She goes. She goes.
Oh.
My home, not a junkyard.
You're the one that wants the part. You want the vehicle. This is for you. We're doing this for you. All right.
She doesn't respond.
Wait, that means... Wait, this could have been a... They could have just done a lore drop. That could... They said my home, does that mean they lived here before they got turned into the weird jello thing?
Yeah, I think that was implied.
Nice.
All right. Well, I want to. If Tyorrgeth and Kledash are handling the stuff we've already found, I want to use as much of the 6 or 7 minutes that I have to investigate more thoroughly the whole room.
Okay, go ahead and roll investigate. At this point, Enten, you're doing your thing. Efferil, are you doing anything during this time?
Follow them all upstairs, but yeah.
You want to follow them upstairs? Okay.
Okay. Are we not going to check out that hallway then? I got a 12 for my investigation.
I mean, we can check out the hall together.
Well, but it's going to be full of ooze.
Well, based on the rate of movement, you'd probably be able to outrun it, but then if you get to a dead end, you're stuck.
Yeah, we don't know.
There's
we
a
don't know
high
what
chance of just being dead.
Yeah. Are there
In
any
general, I
windows in
don't
this
really
room?
want to just get stuck.
Are there any windows in this room?
There are not. It's more like an attic than anything else.
Yeah, and there's no more stairs. Be good. Stop.
No more stairs going upward, no. It's just
Okay.
down to the next level.
Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, maybe we have to sacrifice that hallway then. That sucks.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
The one good thing to come of the explosion.
What, the... killing the bad guy?
It had 2 hit points.
Yeah, but it was fun.
You didn't know that, though.
No, that's
You had already heavily implied that the thing was almost dead, but yeah, no, I would have.
Yeah, but how almost dead is almost dead.
There's no
Yeah.
killing like overkilling.
Gotta get
Yeah.
that thing to -30.
All right. So wait, do I find anything with a 12?
Digging through with a 12, the only additional thing that you'd find that is of any interest is a small... Gotta get a different book for this. Ignore what I just did. Is a small, what appears to be silvered sphere. There's a depression at one end with what looks to be some sort of a gear or something that's fixed into it that you can see in full, and out the back end is a small coiled, almost rope-like cable that goes out for about 6 inches. That's about all you'd be able to find in addition to what you've already seen. Everything else, like,
Okay.
there's junk. Like, there are snapped off pieces of metal and a material you don't recognize, but of the things that are in one piece and not also already something of the apparatus of Qualish, that's all you find.
Okay. Well, then I grab that.
Okay, so you pick that up. Okay.
Where are we at?
I'll say at this point, Enten, Efferil, your wall of fire drops. Enten, you see your fire breath or your dragon's breath helped a little bit. You now have 2 rounds instead of 1 round, effectively, to either do something or book it. But that's where you stand, Efferil, or Enten rather.
Walls down.
Okay.
Should I come up there with you all? Or are we going through the passageway?
If everyone goes out this right now, I can run down that hallway with it, see what I can find, and jump through if I, get caught or if there's anything dangerous.
That's needlessly risky.
I mean, we're trying to find Qualish. We need as much information as we can get here.
True. If you think you can do that safely, then I suppose you should go for that.
If I die, tell Frunkus I loved him. And I run down the stairs. And I head down that hallway.
Okay.
I caused this
so
mess.
does-
I'm following it.
Does every
All right.
so does everybody else? Oh, sorry. Are you all running down independently and just like
Yeah, I
staying
mean, potentially.
on this side of the teleportation field device?
So I was thinking, since like there was still people were like loading that stuff and everything, that before all that was done, I would go by well.
Oh well, so there's still stuff being loaded into the teleportation field device. Now that more people have come, it's you're helping, but you still have another good minute or so of just pushing parts through the teleportation field device.
Okay. All right, Keswick, can you do this? I'm gonna go downstairs. I'm gonna go through that hallway. When they're done putting stuff through, they're gonna go through this, and then I need you to follow me down that hallway.
Which hallway?
If you go downstairs, right next to the hole, there's a door. Also, you'll be able to. Everyone else will be able to see through it.
Big
'Cause
hole.
they'll be able-
Which hole?
They'll be able to point you towards it, because they're gonna be there with you. Just listen to Efferil. He'll tell you.
You get you don't get a word or a sound, but you get a sensation of affirmation.
Thanks, Keswick. You're the best. I'm really glad that we are gonna build you your little suit.
So
Alright, I run.
while this is going on, you'll run down the hallway.
Yes.
I caused this mess. I'm going down the hallway too.
Come along, then.
Enten,
You know what? I'll follow as well. Screw it.
Well, you're putting
you're
the
still shoving
parts
things
over.
into the teleportation field
Oh.
device.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which you'll be doing for another at least minute or so. You are completely safe from the ooze in your current state, but you won't be able to get from where you are to the hallway in a minute.
Yeah.
There will be ooze in the way, so
Right.
that's where things stand. Kledash is going to stay up and assist with the shoving of parts into the teleportation field device. So this bit, I'm not expecting combat in it, so I didn't draw a map per se. But there's a long hallway that extends down this way. You see, there's no, because part of it has collapsed inward. There were perhaps at one time writing and pieces of iconography on these walls in the initial portion, but they've been smashed inward. They've been blown inward. But as you guys both wander along, you notice, both of you have dark vision, fortunately. There's no light in this space, and you notice the tunnel is sloped slightly downward. and you start going downward, and there's a slight curve to the hallway, and you start sort of this very shallow spiral almost downward. And as soon as the crumbled portions cease and what damage was done to these walls, not from you, but just from time, seems to improve as time goes on. You know, it hasn't been touched in a long time. There are writings in language that neither of you recognize, but there are also painted murals sort of abutting between each of these. Basically, there's a mural and then a long column of writing in the script you don't recognize, and then another mural. And each of these murals depicts different sort of generic, there's a sunset scene, and you'll see an iconography of a mage casting a spell, things like that type of stuff. And as you get further along, you get about 30 seconds in, if you're just sort of pressing onward at a normal pace. You get about...
I think we're moving pretty quick.
Well, 30 seconds, 5 rounds at 30 feet. So you're about... What's math? 180 feet-ish. So you get a couple hundred feet in. You notice the walls no longer have paintings. They now have rotted and mold and mildew furnishings and decoration on the walls. What appeared to at one time be perhaps banners and other sort of like scrolled fabric type decorations. And at about the end of the minute or so, you reach the end of the hallway, and it suddenly opens up into a very large space. Looking around, it doesn't have the same sort of constructed feel as the rest of the city did. It's more of a cavern, but you do see not far away from you a small flattened surface that was very clearly carved away. And as each of you step across the threshold, a small flame appears in the space. It's about probably 60 feet away from you. In this large open cavernous space.
One for each of us?
No, there's just one flame.
Okay.
In the space.
It just spontaneously appears in midair, or?
As far as you can tell from this distance, like your dark vision just reaches to there, and then its own light helps you see a little bit more, but you don't see any structures or anything. You don't see a brazier or a torch or anything else. You just see a flame.
And this is just like a fully empty room with now a flame there, or
the size of the room extends past the edges of your dark vision.
Okay. But there's no columns, no furnishing, no nothing.
Along the wall. So if you turn around and look at the hallway you came from, there is sort of a finished support structure that's been built into the wall, and there are columns carved into the wall, but they're clearly decorative. They're not actually supportive. And these sort of line down toward just out the edges of your dark vision on either side.
Okay.
The floor ahead of you, you can see, does proceed forward for about another 15 feet, and then it becomes a 10-foot wide, almost a bridge as the floor drops away, and it's just a 10-foot wide space that you're able to walk across to get to where the flame appears.
Okay.
Do I notice anything weird about the flame? Does something seem really off about it?
Would you mind being a little bit more specific?
I have worked with fire for a lot of my life. Does that look like normal, reasonable fire, or is it some concerning magical fire that could be representative of something else?
Sure. Make an Arcana check. And while you're doing that, Dásos, could you make a perception check, please?
Yes. And I was going to say, while he checks out the flame. I'm just going to go around the rest of the room because I don't have as much.
23.
Ooh, 26.
Okay, so you have reached the end of the minute. It will take, based on the speed of the teleportation field device. So at this point, it's been a minute. All the rest of you have finished loading stuff into the teleportation field device. Do you all sort of hop through? Oh, this isn't... Yeah, that is the size of it.
I'll point out where he wants the where he wants this thing to go before doing so, but yeah.
Okay.
Like where the corridor is.
Okay, so you head
Because
back down
apparently that's
there.
my path.
It's okay. So if you actually head back down there, the ooze hasn't reached that point yet. You can point out where it is. The ooze just has now made this space impassable, but you point out where it's supposed to be, and then step through the teleportation field device.
Yep.
And as soon as things are done, Kledash actually steps through, and he sort of just watches from the other side while you're doing this. Tyorrgeth, do you do the same? I don't know why I did it in this order.
Yeah,
You
I'll
can't see each
follow.
other that way.
Sure, I'll follow, yeah.
Okay, so you'll follow as well. I'll get rid of this map, because you don't need it anymore. And I know I'm such an artist with my words, but I will actually sort of sketch out the space that you're looking at to give you a better idea.
Hell yeah.
Where are you? Here you are. So you come in... Where are you on the... There we go. You come in through here. This is the hallway that you came through. It's about 5 feet wide. And the space opens up and extends outward, sort of along this direction, out past the edges of your dark vision. The space itself, you can see coming in from, again, out past the edges of your dark vision, comes in and then narrows to roughly 5 feet. And this is all just empty void, more or less. And then this extends down to the side, slightly down in the direction of that small lit space that you see. And you're each probably about here. What was your Arcana check?
23. 16 plus 7.
23. Apart from the fact that it spontaneously appeared, nothing about it really gives you any vibes, as it were. You are familiar with certain types of magic that can be not necessarily programmed. This isn't an illusion, but you are familiar with types of magic that can be triggered based on the positions of creatures within a space, and this clearly was one of them. As you entered the room, it lit up. But it doesn't give you, like, this is going to kill us vibes.
This is just, oh, it's an automatic lamp.
Pretty much. You walked into a room and the sensor kicked on. You've been sitting in the bathroom too long and you have to wave your arms to turn the light back on. Kledash, sorry, not Kledash. Dásos, your perception check?
26.
26. So looking, as you look around this space, you notice the tapestries. That's the word I was looking for before. The tapestries and the other sort of decorations all sort of seem to have a similar theme. All of them, as you were walking down the hallway and as you enter this space, they all, where is it? They all feature this Medusa of some kind. It had flesh at one time, you can tell, and it appears that over time the residents of the city had been getting sacrificed to Gloin Nahir Nahir, and you can see over time, and as you go along the tapestries and the paintings, there are more and more and more figures that are represented in such a way as to suggest that perhaps they are glass. So you gather there was likely a cult involved that sacrificed their victims in an attempt to appease Gloin Nahir Nahir and therefore not get killed when she decided she wanted more. Didn't work out so well for them.
No, doesn't seem to have. All right. Well, I wanna do a full circle of the room.
Okay, I can just use that same perception check, just doing a full circle out to the edges of your dark vision again, because this space is massive. You see more of the columns extending downward. The ground itself, you notice, while it was in the hallway, it was sort of like this packed dirt, gravel type material. Clearly wasn't really that well maintained, but the floor that you're standing on, as well as the bridge that goes to the next area down, is made of some kind of you want to call it stone, but there's no variation at all. Like, there's no ripples, there's no cracks. It's just a smooth, not smooth, but it's a single colored surface. And when you sort of touch it, and it feels like stone, but there's no variation on it whatsoever, as if it had been stretched and like flattened into this position somehow, like unnaturally, versus being chipped away.
Okay. And otherwise nothing in here?
Not that you can see. There's anything else you may if you explored further, you might find more. But in order to do so, you'd have to walk down that way in any with.
That's what I meant. I was going to go down.
Oh, you start walking. Okay, so you start walking along one of the walls.
Yep.
Okay, so you start to walk along one of the walls. I'll just say this one to pick an arbitrary direction. And you'd probably get about 150, 200 feet down, and it just keeps going. The floor is sloping downward, but it just keeps going, and eventually you're well out of sight of Enten. And you can see at a certain point that your elevation actually dips down below the level of the small flame in the distance, and it disappears from your view. But as far as you can tell, this just keeps going.
Alright, I head back up then.
You head back up. At this point, it would have been long enough. The teleportation field device is now sitting just outside the hallway there. You can see the gang TM standing on the other side of it.
Hi, Kasich.
Did everything get through all right?
Did everything get through all right?
As far as you can tell, yeah. Everything got through.
As far as we can tell.
Kledash says, well, the bag didn't explode, so...
Oh, right, that would have been an interesting conundrum.
Hi, Kledash. Hi, Tyorrgeth.
Found some weird sacrifice room.
Wait, so with these pits here, I think we'd actually be okay for everyone to come through.
You mean... Well, what?
Well, so...
This space here just falls away into darkness.
Yeah, I think that if the ooze catches up to us, the ooze will fall into this pit. If we go across this bridge, I think we could... Well, I guess, you know what, Kasich, just keep this... Can you hang out with me and Enten, and if we get to a place where people need to come through, then they can come through, and if... I kind of feel like I'm cheating, but this is just good gameplay. This is just smart. This is just smart. We're just doing a good job.
This is...
You hear Kasich from the other side. Yeah. This big brain time.
Alright, yeah, I mean...
Now this is the real big brain play.
Channeling my
really,
inner...
because we just have like a Liamon's tiny hut following us around.
Yeah.
Now you're thinking
Not
with
even
portals.
Hut, you have a dimension door following you around.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Alright, cool.
It is limited in time, but you have a good amount of time.
Kasich,
How
do we
long
have
can this thing
this?
be active for?
Well, in
It's
combat.
probably
In combat, mechanically, you have a minute, but realistically speaking, we'll say about 10 minutes.
Okay. Alright, well let's move then. I'm gonna run across the bridge.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
run across the bridge. This space I won't bother
Is Kasich
drawing.
following and Efferil's speech patterns now? Because you're just copying my accent there, my speech.
You hear Kasich, I don't know what you're talking about.
What
She doesn't know
do
the
you
difference
mean?
between speech patterns, she just knows words.
What
She
do you
barely
mean?
knows.
I am saying word.
Yes, this... You hold up a potato. This is pinecone. Just teaching the wrong word.
This is
all right, so you
10.
head across the bridge space here. I'm gonna wipe this off. You get about 40-ish feet, so you're about 20 feet away, and then you stop. Your passive perception is enough. You see just off the side of the... So, for sake of reference, if this is where you are, this would be... It's a large creature. Right about there, just like slightly overhanging onto the side of it, a huge, black sphere, almost. It, you have to stop and you sort of take a step back as you notice it. It's there. There's it almost looks like a, I don't even know how to begin describing it. You notice this sort of bluish sphere that pulses ever so slightly and ever so slowly, and the surface on it is rippling and constantly deforming, and it is regular. You see, it's almost like a grid shape that seems to be moving constantly from the bottom up to the top. And as you step near it and you step back, and you see it pulses very slightly, and is a very slight moment where you see part of the sphere brush up against the ground, and where it recedes, a piece of the ground has been taken away, and it starts slowly sort of hovering in your direction.
Enten, what's that?
Good question.
Actually, it's huge, so it's actually this big.
Is this an annihilation sphere, or whatever they're called?
Sphere of Annihilation?
Yeah.
Let's find out.
Maybe. Make a, actually...
No.
Yeah, no, make an Arcana check.
As long as it's not a tomb of
Do I get any
annihilation.
layers of advantage or no?
Absolutely not. This thing is not from Ravnica.
Survey says 18?
18? It's not a Sphere of Annihilation.
I'm just checking. Yeah,
So-
18.
It's not a Sphere of Annihilation. It's not a spell. This thing, whatever it is, appears to... it doesn't seem to follow the patterns of what would be a magical effect, per se. You gather it's probably actually a creature.
It seems dangerous.
I
And
don't think I have better news for you, but that thing looks like an actual creature. Magic would have a specific pattern to it.
It
Doesn't have that pattern.
Yeah, it starts sort of very, very slightly hovering closer to you.
Run, run, run.
Alright, yeah, I jumped through the portal.
Okay, so you foomp, hop through the portal. Do you as well?
I'm following.
Okay, shoomp, you both jump through the portal, and you see the creature advance on the portal, and it
Keswick, dodge it! Keswick, dodge it!
So this thing actually moves faster than the portal can move. The teleportation field device, it brushes ever so slightly up against the edge of the teleportation field device. You can hear as a small piece is broken off, and then whatever this creature is starts to just float off away.
What the
Okay.
fuck was that?
And it is
Keswick, what do you
eventually
think that is?
out of your sight. I did a bad job of painting it, but it looks a lot like that.
You did a pretty good job of painting that.
You get to have a peek at its stat block too, but I'm glad you didn't try to fight it, because holy shit, this thing would have not.
No, it would have killed you in
I
10
cast out
seconds
the
flat.
Also, this is your third combat today, so fourth combat today actually. So
Wait, really?
No, only third.
What was our third?
you took a short rest.
Oh, right.
Not today,
For
this
today-
session. Today, game time.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see, I see.
today game time.
Yeah, no, we're definitely due for a long rest, but...
Yeah.
Alright, Keswick, can you fly that portal further up? Down the bridge, and I'll jump back through.
Okay, yeah. So
I would recommend against it. We are running out of time for the portal activation.
I mean, Keswick can tell us when the portal runs out.
But we have to get the portal back to Kessig.
Do we?
also bearing in mind, your dark vision can extend outward slightly, but you can't actually see what's around the teleportation. It's like looking through a window.
Yeah, I know. So I'll
you
stick
have
my
no,
head through and look
you
around.
have no peripheral. Okay, so you kind of just keep your head constantly stuck through the teleportation field device.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guide this device down toward the flame and the open space, and as you get closer to the open space, you notice it opens back up again into a wider sort of platform. The edges of the platform fall away, so you can see it's a relatively mostly circular space. It was probably circular at one time, but is no longer. You can see small spires sort of coming up from the edges, and on these spires, they were probably columns at one time, but they've long since decayed and become closer to stalagmites than anything else. You can see a small, let me see. You can see there's sort of like these purplish crystal-like structures lacing around and through these pillars or columns. The flame itself is roughly in the center of the space, and below it you can see a small glyph, like an image or a magical sigil below it. In the surrounding space, other than those columns, you don't see anything else.
Magic people. Magic friends. I need your knowledge.
Do we want the mage or the person who can read everything?
You know what? In this case, probably the person that can read everything.
Okay. Do you want me to come through the portal?
Well, just take a look.
Poke your head through it.
So,
Okay.
just as an aside about these teleportation field devices, you can see through it. You can't see 100% clearly. There's like a bit of a ripple, like looking through an old mirror, like looking through an old window that's sort of run a bit. So you can see relatively clearly, but like if you tried to read a book through it, it wouldn't happen. It's not like a perfectly clear surface you're looking through.
The ability says you can read everything, so...
Well, it says you can read
Well,
all
you
writing.
can read everything.
It says
all writing.
It says you can read all writing.
Exactly.
You have to be
you
able
can
to
read all writing. It doesn't say, oh, if the handwriting's bad.
You have to be
Just
able
because
to-
you take off your glasses doesn't mean you can see writing correctly.
You have to be able to recognize the individual glyphs and see it as writing first. But that said, it is a single symbol that's below the flame.
Oh no.
It's not like a scrolling, set of text or words. Just a single image.
What does it say?
Are you looking at it?
I was looking at it, but now I asked Efferil to look at it, right?
I mean, I'll look at it then.
Okay. You look at the You look at the image. It's not a word or a letter. You recognize it as a magical symbol of some kind, but you don't recognize the image. It's not a word, it's an image.
Can't read it. And the specific thing is you can read all writing. If it's not writing, I can't read it.
Okay. And is it's like hanging midair, it's on a wall, it's on the floor, where is this thing?
It's on the floor below the flame.
Oh, it's just a clicker light. Whatever, who cares?
It's a clapper?
Yeah.
It-
Alright, let's keep moving then.
It's the magical equivalent of the motion sensor for the motion sensor light.
Exactly.
Okay. So, are you the only one that takes a look at it?
Just me and Efferil, right?
That's looking at it at the
don't
moment.
know what it is. It's not writing, so I cannot read it.
It appears.
Do you want me to take a look at it,
It
Efferil?
appears almost phoenix-like. Like there's a sort of bird or dragon type imagery contained within.
Sure, two pairs are better than one.
Alright. Let's see if I can make heads or tails of this. I try and read the arcane magic symbol.
Okay, it's not a symbol. It's a guild emblem.
You'd be doing that with a sister.
Oh my god, another one?
It's the symbol of the Izzet. You recognize this. You very much recognize this one.
What the fuck?
You see the familiar dragon or phoenix-like appearance with a almost sideways turned eye.
Is it old, is it, or new, is it?
This would be... actually, yeah, this would be extremely old.
Oh, I haven't seen this outside of the history textbooks.
Yeah, it's
this
about...
is a guild from my plane.
It's about 30
This
times
is their
older
guild
than you
symbol.
are.
Oh. This is interesting, but makes a lot of sense. Now I understand why this gauntlet is here. Good news. I know what it is. Interesting news. It's from my plane. Bad news. I don't think it's useful in the immediate context. It's very, very, very old. Like 30 generations behind a guild symbol. It's the same guild that this gauntlet belongs to. I don't know what they're doing here.
Which guild?
The Izzets.
What is it?
Spelled I-Z-Z-E-T. Izzet.
Okay, I'm sorry. So first you said I, and then a couple things that aren't letters, and then ET, and then you just asked my question again.
Yeah, it's a dialectal difference.
Oh.
You'll have to forgive him. He's Ravnican.
Oh, you'll have to forgive me, eh? I'm Ravnican, you hoser.
Wait, actually, what do they say in England? Z or Z?
I've heard
The
Zed.
word you're saying.
What?
It depends on the word you're saying. Sometimes it's a Z, sometimes it's a Z.
No, I mean the letter.
It depends on what you want to say, really. It doesn't matter anymore.
Well, I just mean like if you're spelling a word out, if you're spelling wizard, do you say W-I-Z or W-I-Z?
I mean, Americanization is taken over to the point where it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just
The only case where I'll actively use Z is for Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Or
Z.
unless it's canonically pronounced as a Z, like Jay-Z.
JZ.
No.
For some reason, JZ made Amanda laugh, but Dragon Ball Z didn't. And you'd think it'd be both or it'd be neither. So I don't know what that was about.
This is very interesting.
Alright.
Alright.
So coming
Yeah,
back
how
around...
did we get to...
Can I make a Ravnican history check?
You may,
I think
actually,
it's just
because
history.
you, being Boros, are very tightly sort of wound up with the Izzet. Sort
Just
of.
normal history check?
Make a history check with advantage. This is your home plane.
2d20 plus 4.
Well, 2d20 KH1, but yeah.
2d20 keep highest plus 4. That is a 16. I rolled a 4 and a 12.
16? Okay. This, I mean, you recognize how ridiculously old this emblem is, and as you sort of take a moment and look at the Mizium apparatus you have as well, it is just as old. It is ancient by your sensibilities. You don't.
Interesting.
There's not a whole lot of history that you would know of this guild, but you do recognize from your workings with the Izzet. There are people that are that old in the Izzet. You've worked with the Ismundi before, and they are fucking old. So you recognize some of them still have their original Mizium apparatuses.
DOG.
And you know, it's very old. It's very old technology, and it's very old sort of materials and so on, and construction, which is interesting that it's being found here and in not working condition, but almost working condition.
So, I have a conjecture about what's going on here. I'm seeing a lot of very old tech from the Science Guild. Consistently just a bit away from working condition.
You would know.
If I had to guess, a lot of people would be... Like, this might have been an old is-it-work ground, but then the slime occurred and they couldn't solve it and then they went back. Somewhere.
With a 16, you would vaguely recall something mentioned in passing. You probably aren't even supposed to know about it, but you do recall a project called the Interlocus. And as far as you've been able to gather, it's something to do with trying to detect existence itself.
Oh no. That's suspicious. This might have been... Yeah, this might have been where they were trying to science life itself.
Yeah, it's you know, all of the experiments of the Izzet are being controlled by... You've never met them, but the leader, Niv-Mizzet. And all the projects are compartmentalized, and they compete against each other and so on, but they all intersect in some crazy way, and that's...
Eventually.
You've heard rumors of the Interlocus as being sort of the end goal of that, of every project the Izzet have ever done, and you don't know anything about it, really, but that's sort of what the whispered words behind them.
This is very interesting, but we at least have a foothold on what this might be. Huh, interesting. Well, back to you, Dásos. I got all I could from this. It's interesting seeing old tech from a guild I work so closely with, but I can't make heads or tails from it.
Well, you know, we'll maybe Qualish will know in the end.
I'm willing to conjecture that Qualish is an old Izzet.
I'm willing to conjecture that Qualish is kind of a dick.
Again, not mutually exclusive.
Alright. It's good to hear. It does sound like you don't like these people.
Well, no. Most of the pompous assholes are in the Azorius Guild. Fucking pedantic bureaucrats.
What about... Wait, what would I be? If I was in a guild, which one would I be in?
Part of me wants to say Demir.
Okay. Because I'm a rogue.
The Rogues and Spies Guild, dealing in information and
You're-
encryption.
You're getting quiet there, Dásos.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I pulled the headset away a little bit.
Part of me wants to think you're in the Guild of Spies,
As you're
hidden
having
messages, and underground networks.
As you're having this conversation, you hear Kes says not says but thinks, is there point to this?
No, you can keep moving. We'll keep talking, but can you move the thing down the bridge? I want to see where the bridge goes.
Okay. So you continue along. So this space here is the terminal point of the bridge. It comes to this space, and then that's it. There's no other exit off the other side that you can see.
Oh. Okay, and that's just giant room?
Pretty much.
Okay. Well, I mean, if there's nothing else in giant room, then...
Not that you can see from your position on the other side of the teleportation field device.
I mean, I don't want to waste more time here if there's nothing here, because I was like, oh, I'm going to walk down a bit, and the description was, it is big room. So...
You've moved away from the mic again.
I'm just saying, like, I want to keep looking, but it seems like we're not going to find anything, and I don't want to waste more time on this. Can we just whirl the thing around the room until it runs out of time, and if we find something cool,
I feel like we should get it back.
Just send it around.
Why?
We're
trying to build a vehicle to get Keswick out of the thing. It doesn't matter if we lose any of the portals, does it?
We have a finite amount of portals.
You send the teleportation field device around, and it sort of goes out toward the edge of the circle there, and there's a moment. It gets near one of the columns with the sort of purplish crystalline projections coming off of it, and it gets close to one of them, and there's like a moment of like a very low frequency bass hit, almost like you feel even through the teleportation field device, a ripple as it's like it was moving and then it suddenly stopped, and you weren't expecting it, and you were sort of like subconsciously leaning forward with the motion, and it sort of threw you off balance for a second. As the teleportation field device just stops dead. There's a moment where you sort of look at each other, and Keswick kind of... And then after another moment, it suddenly starts moving forward again.
Wait, did Keswick just yawn?
No, was thinking.
About what?
What these? The field sort of turns and points back at the columns there, and you see one of them has sort of flared up in light slightly, and then it fades again, and the one next to it flares up in light and then fades. But
can we take a look at it?
turning back around, you notice there's now a set of stairs that's been etched and carved into the side of this, what you now see to be a pillar.
Oh wait, so was it not there before, and since it touched the column, now it is?
It was off the edge. You couldn't see it from where you were.
Oh, okay. All right, then I'm going through.
If you were standing on the surface and then walked to the edge and looked down, then you could have seen it. But since the teleportation field device only looks in one direction, you wouldn't have been able to see it.
Got it. Okay. Well, yeah, I want to go through there.
Okay, so you sort of glide the teleportation field device down the stairs a bit, and it does eventually reach another platform. This one, you notice the space around start to close off. You're probably either reaching the bottom of this bottom of the cavern, or it's been constructed in such a way as to protect from whatever's up above. And it reaches a point where there's just a narrow opening it's basically an opening in the wall, more or less, but it is just slightly too small for the teleportation field device to fit through. And it sort of Keswick kind of like tries to angle it slightly, and it gets wedged in the doorway a little bit, so she kind of backs it back out a little bit. And looking,
could I fit through?
Yeah, it's large enough for a person, but the teleportation field device is a 5-foot diameter circle. It's not. The space isn't 5 foot wide.
Got it. Okay, then I'm gonna go through the portal and go through.
Okay, so you step out into the space. The first thing you notice as you step through is the air is freezing. Like, it's been cold up in these mountains, but when you sort of more or less got inside, the space wasn't heated or anything, but it was protected from the elements, so it was at least comfortable. And as you got deeper into the cavern, it warmed up as the ground insulated. It is colder than it was in the monastery of the distressed soul. The air is just biting. And you notice now there's a very slight breeze coming from the hole in the wall, more or less.
I think this hole leads to the surface, guys. I say through chattering teeth.
Okay.
Well, then I guess we should see if it does, huh?
Okay. Well, we'll have to leave the... Keswick, how long do we have on the disc?
Not long. Mechanically, you have maybe 3 or 4 minutes.
Do you need to bring the disc back to you?
No. Have many.
Hell yeah.
Want to keep, but not necessary.
Keswick, we're getting you out of that thing. We're putting you in the vehicle, so don't you worry about your discs, but appreciate it. Alright. Yeah, then I'm gonna run it through that hallway quick as I can. Quick as yeah. No
Okay.
concerns about stealth, because if I see anything, I'm turning back around and running through the portal.
Okay. Does anybody else follow?
No.
Okay.
I'm letting the rogue do the rogue thing.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
I'll let the rogue pull this one off.
So you-
I am
I'd like to
slow.
keep-
So you bolt through with your ability
Wait.
to move, bonus action dash, and action dash. You can move it 90 feet around. So
Wait. Hold
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. Oh, make me quick? Can you make
Oh
me quick?
no! Why does that have a range of self? Oh, I wanted to make the rogue fast with expeditious retreat. It's
yeah.
range self.
You can't make him sunk. You can't make him the.
All right, yeah, I tried.
You
Continue.
can't make him the hedgehog.
That was a good try.
Although you could probably follow him if you had expeditious retreat, or her rather.
25 feet.
Oh, was that all?
Move dash. That's 75, so I'm behind 15 feet a turn.
Yeah, never
Wait,
mind.
but if you have expeditious retreat on.
Yes, I
That's with
take dash
expeditious
now and
retreat.
once per turn for.
Oh, I see. Okay,
Yes,
gotcha.
I'm gonna let you do it.
Okay,
You
so
are able to go far faster.
You more or less book it down this hallway, and it's not a long hallway. It's maybe 15 feet, so you clear
Oh.
it almost immediately.
I
don't know.
down the
You
hallway.
guys were like,
I
"I'm
run
gonna
into the
sprint."
wall.
You go into
I'm
a full
gonna
tilt sprint
sprint.
and just smack into the wall. No, it's not. It's
Perfect.
not a long hallway at all. It's just dark.
Make a
Because
Constitution
there's no
saving
light.
throw.
Pretty much. And you come to a small room, and inside the room itself is about, I say small, it's probably about 30 feet in length, 20 feet in width. It's a pretty large, almost entirely empty space. But sitting
damn it.
on a hang on, there's a small. Wait for it, God damn it!
Every single room is empty. I'm glad you got something, Jerry.
There's on one side of the room you see a small figure. They've been petrified into glass. They look almost child size, and they appear to be holding one of the glass orbs that you've seen on the surface.
Okay.
Just like holding it up as if offering it to someone.
Can I take it?
Oh no.
You pick up the orb and you're holding it.
Keswick, what's this?
You take it out to the teleportation field device, I assume.
Can she see it if I'm holding it like towards the teleportation device?
So, let me sketch this.
I mean, I don't even know how Keswick perceives things.
If you
since
come in-
she's-
If you come in through the hallway here,
Yeah.
the room opens up in this direction,
Okay.
and you're over here. So the teleportation
okay.
field device is stuck out here.
The fact that you asked me if I bring it out of the room makes me really nervous, but yes.
Okay. You take it out of the room. Nothing seems to happen. You bring it over,
Okay.
and you show through the teleportation field device, and there's a moment, and you ask Keswick this, and there's a moment where you don't get a response, and then you hear, "I can't see!"
Okay. I step through. Wait, can Keswick not see anything?
I mean, she doesn't have
Oh,
eyes.
no, because you have to see through the... Okay, yeah, so I step through and I show it to the big thing that looks around.
Okay, you step through the teleportation field device with this bauble, and you bring it through. As it sort of passes through, there's nothing major that happens, but you feel it vibrate ever so slightly as it passes through the field. Which you're like, huh, that's weird. And you see the large lens above sort of swivels, and you hear the voice repeat again, "I can't see!"
You can't see the thing I'm holding in my hands?
You're not holding anything.
Keswick, I'm holding a glass orb that I found in the hands of some glass people. You can't see it?
There's a moment of silence, and then you hear, "No!"
Interesting.
Can you see the glass people?
Yes.
I mean, in general. Yes?
Yes.
The people outside, are they holding glass orbs?
No.
Alright, now I'm confused, but... Alright, that's a huge...
Alright,
You
let me
recall seeing these orbs on the plans for the apparatus of Qualish. It is designed to interface with these in some way.
Okay. Wait, so the vehicle or the weapon?
The vehicle.
Got
So the apparatus of Qualish is the vehicle. The Mizium apparatus is the device that you found on the table.
Got it. Okay. Well, then I'm gonna give it to Enten.
Let's go check and see if I know what the hell this thing is. I roll a knowing what arcana thing it is.
Sure.
Done a lot of those.
Arcana.
18.
18.
Because if it's visible to us but not the cams, then something's going on here.
After having gone through the notes of the apparatus of Qualish and with your own sort of basic knowledge, you're not clear on what it is exactly, but every time it's referenced in the plans of the apparatus, it says something about... It doesn't describe them as a glass bauble or an object, it describes them as a room or a space.
As a what or a space?
As a room. Or a space. It doesn't describe them as small glass spheres or balls or whatever. It describes them as a room or a space.
Interesting. So there must be some way to get inside this ball. Interesting.
A ball, you say?
No.
We have to get
it's
into
glass.
something. A glass thing we need to get into, you say?
Oh my god, don't
Look,
break
just because I'm a fireman doesn't mean I know how to do glass blowing.
That's not what I was saying.
Please don't break it.
Please don't break it.
Fine.
Wait, maybe we should break it, though.
Please don't blow glass.
You know, maybe we do need to break it. Maybe that's the puzzle.
I connected the two dots. There was nothing between them. I connected them.
Yeah,
I could totally see that being the solution.
Yeah, I think breaking
who
it
has the
actually-
sledgehammer?
I recall my sledgehammer.
No, I don't think we need to start with breaking it. We haven't even tried, like, short rest, like, attuning to it or anything.
Fine.
Yes. That
We
might be
can
it.
try to attune to it, then I'll break it open.
Wait, but so backtracking to the room, there's nothing, there's literally nothing else in there, right? It was just the people and the orb?
It's a single figure, a single glass figure holding the orb
There's
outward.
one, okay.
And they
Let's take the glass orb, then go to the safety of the other room, and then spend like a short rest, like
We could do
investigating
a long
the
rest,
glass orb.
honestly. It's been a long time. I think we're due.
Well, we are.
Yeah, at this point I think you're pushing 18 hours awake ish.
Oh, no. That's a horrible idea.
Yeah, we got a safe haven with our boy Keswick.
Girl.
Perfect. Yeah.
That's what I
Hey,
said,
just,
isn't it?
Just because she's a girl doesn't mean she can't be your boy.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So do you guys go and take a long rest in this space?
I am down to long rest.
Me too.
A quick rules question on long rest hit dice.
Yep.
How many
half
do you
are regenerated.
Yep.
It's
you get-
half.
You get
Okay.
half of your you get half of your maximum, not half of how many are expended.
Okay. And I
Wait.
get a chance to reconfigure
Efferil, do you
my
have any
preps.
do you have any healing spells? Because you could cast spells since you're gonna get all your slots back anyway, right?
Well, if you're doing a long
The
rest,
long
all of you are getting
rest
slots
A
back.
heals
long rest
you.
heals us.
Yeah, it heals us for half our health, doesn't it?
No, that's...
No.
It
We
heals
get
you
half
to-
our hit dice.
Here, it heals you to full, and if you've expended any hit dice during a short rest,
Oh,
or to
I
use
see.
an
Okay.
ability, you get half of those
Got it.
back.
Got it. I understand now. Okay. Sorry.
Alright. I am back to full hit dice.
And okay, so with a short rest, I know that's when you can do your like identifying magic items or attuning to them. Can you do that with a long rest?
I
When you're,
think
like,
so.
sleeping, so
Well,
during
I
so-
rest for 4 hours, so I have 4 hours
Right.
spare.
So one of you only rests for 4 hours, but a long rest is 8 hours, 6 of which must be sleep if you're a race that sleeps. So you can long rest and spend the latter 2 hours doing attunement and other stuff.
okay,
So
perfect.
that's something that you can do. You only have to sleep for 6 hours, but you do have to have 8 hours of rest of doing basically nothing.
Cool.
If it's something that you can do during a short rest, it's something you can do during a long rest, but you have to have that at minimum that time period where you're actually sleeping.
Okay, cool. All right, well then, yeah, we've got a lot to take a look at then.
While we are long resting, I'm going to ask, I forget the name, but Kenku in a jar. Will we be finding more? Yeah, Kessig. Will we be finding more glowing Nahir in the area? Or was there just one?
Gloin Nahir! Only Gloin Nahir! You gather it's the name of the being, not the race of the being.
Makes sense. I was just checking because they were weak to Radiant. And I have Radiant spell. Or they should be weak to Radiant.
They were not vulnerable to Radiant.
Really? Huh.
It was damaged as much as you expected. It wasn't vulnerable. It wasn't immune either.
Makes sense.
If you had used Necrotic, you'd have learned. Which, one of you did use Necrotic, but I forgot that your Divine Fury, I forgot that was Necrotic instead of Radiant. So that was my bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys go and you take a short rest. I'll say,
Long rest.
because it's 10 of,
Long.
we will pick up after your long rest and determine anything related to watches and attunement and stuff like that, either in the off time channel or next session.
Oh, you don't want to do it now?
I mean, you can if you want to.
Well, I just thought with 10 minutes left, it might be. I don't know. I mean, insane.
Okay, well let's magic away the long rest, which you've done. You're down with your long rest now.
Yeah.
At the end of that time period, during that time period. So Efferil, you only need 4 hours. Is there anything else that you want to spend that other 4 hours doing?
We put a bunch of stuff in this room, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Let's start looking through it, I guess.
Okay, so you start digging through the things that that Dásos through the portal in a mad dash to beat the slime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so you start digging through those, and it's I'm not even gonna make you roll because you can, in this amount of time that you have, you can basically methodically categorize everything. You find there are 6 tomes, two of which are particularly catch your eye. One of them appears to be a spell book, which, as a warlock, you don't have particular use for them, but you are aware of what they look like. You recognize like a spell formula, basically.
I put that aside for our wizard then.
The other appears to be a I think you've already found one of these before, a similar book. This is a
Flesh Golem book?
not flesh. It's I'm trying to think. This one would be a stone golem.
Jesus Christ. You're gonna make me make an army of golems at some point, aren't you?
No,
yes.
this is
Hell
literally the last
yes.
one you're gonna find in
Do
the entire
it.
campaign. So
Maybe.
You can still make you can use the book
so-
multiple times, right?
So of note, how many spell slots do you have? And what level?
8. Level 4th level.
2?
Okay. You are able to identify what the book is.
If I read it, I take damage. Yeah.
Yeah, you know this from the Flesh Golem manual as well, which fortunately you weren't the one to try and identify this one, but if you even attempt to read it, you know it'll probably hurt you, but you are able to recognize it for what it is without opening the book.
What's this? What manual? What's the golem type? What's this again?
This one is stone.
Stone golem.
Alright, just adding that to my inventory and not telling anyone else.
Okay. I mean, you won't be able to use it until, like, whenever you get 5th level spell slots, which I think is, like, 17th level or something.
Is it 5th? No, I get 5th level spells soon.
Really? That soon? So picking through the books, the other books appear to be, since you can read all writing, some of them are like, there's 6 books total. One of them is like a history book, almost, a textbook of history, but you notice as you're sort of paging through it, you don't recognize any of these events. This is history either so far before your own understanding or fictional, that it's just, you don't recognize any of the names or the places or the people, anything.
Sorry to interrupt, but terrible news. Efferil gets 5th level spell slots next level.
Next level, yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
Yes.
Get ready for golems!
oh boy.
It takes like a year to craft them, I think, something stupid like that.
It's a good
60
thing.
days working without interruption.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a good thing. It's a good thing once you use the manual, it burns up.
Stone golems are 90 days, Jesus.
Yeah. Flesh
How long
golems-
is a flesh
golems are the weakest of the golems.
And also
80,000
80,000 gold pieces for a stone golem.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's
anyway,
too much for a friend.
Yeah.
Anyway, one of the other books, you don't recognize the words, but you do recognize some of the names from what Enten has mentioned. You recognize this as a codex of basically like a rules of like an SOP manual, more or less, for the basically like a manual of how to conduct magical experiments and stuff like that. You don't recognize all the words, but you recognize the name and you recognize references to other guilds that Enten has mentioned in the past.
You know, I kind of want to know what the rules are for this. This sounds fun.
I both want to know, but that's a horrible idea.
No, we need to read this.
At some point.
One of the books you open up, and as soon as you open it up, the spine breaks, and the whole book is just in tatters. You get scraps of words here and there, but unfortunately this book is done. You might be, if you spent a lot of time, like, very carefully going through it, you might be able to find something, but as it stands, it's rotted away, and you can barely even tell what it is. In the last book, you open it up, and it's blank.
Sus.
Yes, that does seem odd. But
Spending your time with those. There's a lot of other stuff too, but I'm gonna put that in the off-time channel because there's way too many things for me to say in the next minute.
Oh yeah, we're finishing now, aren't we?
Yeah, very very briefly. Does anybody else have something quick that they'd like to do either before or after the long rest?
I'll identify my small silver sphere with the gear and cable.
Oh yes.
So I will say that's not a quick thing. That's a whole thing, but we can start on that note next time if you'd like.
Okay.
Would you be doing this before or after your long rest, just to establish?
The small silver sphere?
Mm-hmm.
After.
After? Okay. On that note,
I'd like to see if I could try and gain some info from the spellbook, but that depends on when it was found during the long rest.
this would be after.
So
This would be after
then,
everyone's long rest is when you find out about this. So,
Okay.
on that note, we'll come back to looting. The next Monday session. So this session is going to be picking up on the 22nd at 6 Eastern. Typically we have somebody much more clever than I on the stream right now, but Kledash was indisposed. I'm also running a Thursday game. They're going to be playing on the 18th at 7 Eastern. They're playing in a campaign that's set in the same world, but a different campaign plotline. So, so I can get to the right page here. As always, thank you guys for coming and watching, and thank you guys so much for coming and playing. Have a good night.